Krishan, what are you doing?
Oh, supporting hot chocolate teenage.
Period. Girl, they already hating. They already hating.
Man.
Yeah, they gonna hate. It's okay.
She got the tea, don't you see? Spilling truth with every sip so free. Got the documents, got the receipts. Every story she completes. Grab your tea, it's a hot topic spree. Sipping truth with a side of glee. Box of chocolates, sweet and neat. Hot tea's here, take your seat.
Hot chocolate tea. You better put your best profile picture up, nigga. They should know who the fuck got the tea.
Period.
Let me go on hot chocolate page. She knows. Let me go and check on what they say. Because I know you gonna post it. You like actually engage and help the engagement. Did you think this would go this far?
What up, everybody? I want to say shout out to everybody for pulling up. Y'all know that I was on a break. I was really like trying to just catch up from rest, getting some rest, just trying. I got sick kids. I was getting sick. I am feeling much better. I noticed that I wasn't getting as sick as I thought I was going to be. But I can't even take a break. You feel me? Like yesterday was a bunch of time. I can't get back. Shout out to the bro on the stage. Hey, Banga. Hey, bro.
Hey, everybody in the chat, what's going on?
Oh, let me turn this down. Yeah, I was just saying, like, yesterday I seen what was going on. I personally don't hold anybody accountable for Karlissa'S actions but herself. Nobody can hold her accountable but herself because she's too grown, overgrown, and is very knowledgeable. Anybody that thinks something is wrong with Karlissa or Karlissa is just, falling on hard times and she doesn't know what she's doing and she's getting caught up in her words because she's mad and she's, she's sorry for what she did and she wants to change a little bit and this, that, and the other. Miss me with the bullshit. Please, miss me. I don't give a flying what about no Karlissa. You feel me? Like, I try my best, in all honesty, to be very respectful because this is somebody's mother at the end of the day. But if you're not acting like somebody's mother, you're never going to be treated like somebody's mother. That's what I'm trying to say. It has nothing to do with nothing else. It has nothing to do with being a content creator and being overly invested. It has nothing to do with overstepping boundaries or none of that. There's no such thing as no boundaries. There's no such thing as no have some respect for her or give her a chance. None of that. No, none of that. It's none of that. You're not getting nothing from me. That's why she knows not to play with me. That's why she does not like me. That's why she will never like me. She will never, ever, ever like me. I don't need to speak to her. I don't want to speak to her. Don't go looking for me because you know where to find me. I'm right here. You don't have to go nowhere else on nobody else's platform, nobody's DM, nobody, nothing. You know exactly where to find me. Your assistant knows how to find me, whatever. Everybody knows where I'm at. Hot tea, hot chocolate is not hard to find. So if you're looking for me, I'm right here. So don't look no further, baby, because I don't even want to talk to you. I'm going to just keep it all the way a buck because at the end of the day, Karlissa'S just out of line. You feel me? Because she's so grimy. She's so grimy. She's such an actor. She will literally, she's an actor,
flip flopper.
She's an actor. Period. She's
flip
an actor.
Flopper. That's the flip flopper.
She's definitely a flip flopper. She know what she doing.
One minute.
I'm getting some stuff pulled up here. I wasn't even prepared for this or nothing, but I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I do not care because she don't take accountability. She don't apologize when it's time to apologize. And when people are trying to hold her accountable, she dodges and volleyballs the question. She doesn't really answer. She tries to reverse psychology on people. Like, that shit don't work with me. That shit don't work with me. I can see straight through you, and you don't care who you hurt in the process. There's no way you can relate to somebody, and then if you relate to them, turn around and try to hurt them with things you know will damage them further because you know and relate to them, right? Because if you've been through this, you already know what it is. You feel me? So all that fake ass, I'm sorry, or I don't mean it, and them fake ass crocodile tears, bitch, save that shit for the motherfucking birds, period. Don't nobody want to hear it. All you do is sit up here online and talk about Krishan and her baby every motherfucking chance you get. It don't matter if she got something to do with the subject or not. Krishan gets the blame, and that has nothing to do with her half of the time. If her son does something, then she blames Krishan. Why not blame your damn son? Why are you not talking about the things that your son said about you in this Q&A versus you sitting up here blaming this girl? Then you talking about the Q&A. Nobody want to hear from my son. We want to hear you doing Q&A with your son. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. Krishan's baby cannot even talk at this stage, no matter what. So why are you saying that? You know what you're doing. You know you being funny. Motherfuckers know what it is. I don't know why nobody playing dumb like they don't know what the fuck going on. I don't like your wig. That shit is raggedy and synthetic and ugly. Nobody likes that one. So take it off and go put another one on and stop pulling out your ball spot for people to see, because nobody gives a fuck. Shout out to Ready Forum for the super chat. Thank you so much. I am so steaming hot. And if you guys don't know why I'm mad, I'm mad because Karlissa stays on hate pages, her and Jaden. You guys don't find that funny how they always are on a hate page somewhere, commenting something, sharing something, reminding somebody of something, acknowledging something, all this stupid ass shit. Like, bro, ain't no way in the world that a grandmother should be on nobody's page that is talking about her grandkids in any way, form, or fashion in a negative light, making up things, making up narratives. Now, that's if you in for sure believe that this is your grandson, right? Which you want us to believe. But she flip-flops because she knows how to work the internet. People needs to pay attention. She's not new to this. She's true to this. She already told y'all that. Ain't nobody done. I never once discredited her ability to mind fuck everybody on the internet. I've never discredited that because she mind fucks people all the time. That's what she do. She's very good at it. And she's out of line. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. I definitely appreciate you guys because this was a last minute live. I'm just getting, the content pulled up that has me so mad because maybe some of you have not seen my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you guys are tuned in to Chocolate MUA on Instagram. That's Chocolate MUA on Instagram, where I post all the tea first most of the time. And then I just come over here and kind of talk about it because it gives us the opportunity to elaborate more than we can on Instagram because they filter shit, they block shit, motherfuckers report shit, all types of shit. But at the end of the day, I'm just steaming. You feel me? So let me hide this comment. Thank you for the super chat. I need to set a goal. I will do that in a few. Thank you, Love and War, for the super chat as well. I appreciate you so much for all your hard work and everything that you do. I know you haven't even made it home yet, probably, but thank you. So here, guys, there's a hate page. You guys may know who the page is. I'm not giving them no attention, but majority of these pages are hate pages. They always attack Krishan, her baby, her supporters. They definitely attack anybody that's in support of Krishan. This page posts a very gaslighting post. Let me go to Voice of Reason because she does have it posted. The page posted a very gaslighting post, basically of a side-by-side of Krishan Jesus and Ronnie's mother, right? Now, Ronnie's mother's not blind. She can see these posts. So can Ronnie's family. This post was made a couple days ago. Karlissa commented 2 days ago, and then the aunt commented a day ago. Here is the post. Sorry, guys, I had to get the baby. But yeah, so yesterday, well, a couple days ago, the post was made. This was a side by side of the baby and this lady. I don't even know what to call her because I don't even know her name because I don't even care at the end of the day. You feel me? I feel like this lady can see these posts. You feel me? Because if your sister can see them, you can see them. So there's no reason why anybody related to the baby or not related to the baby should be anywhere commenting anything, playing with somebody's kids. Like, I don't understand what you guys don't understand about don't play with somebody's kids. I don't understand, because if a motherfucker play with my kids, you're definitely going to be slow singing and flower bringing. I'm so sorry. I do not care. That's just the reality of the situation. You cannot play with people's kids, period. That's just out of line. So Karlissa proceeds to comment on the picture. I pray she gets the closure she needs, because they're insinuating that fans have said that the baby looks like this lady. Chrisean Jesus does not look like this lady. She does not look like her. They're doing it for clout. It's only obvious. And it's only obvious that they're doing it for clout because they keep on changing their mind. And one day it's this, one day it's that, one day he's not ours, one day he is ours. Jetta Jean, you in that country ass name, you need to be somewhere grieving, babe. You need to be worrying about your situation. You don't need to be focusing on nobody else's kid. You need to be focusing on your sister and her kid and what y'all got going on over there. Y'all got too many problems to be worrying about something that you guys know is not the truth. You guys have already been proven. You guys have already been told. You guys need to accept and respect what Chrisean has given you guys and accept that for what it is. Blueface has already claimed his son. You guys act like you are deaf. You guys act like you don't have no type of, understanding or care for anybody else and their feelings and their kids. So do not get up here and get the crying and acting victim when somebody get up here and be disrespectful to you and yours, because you guys are being highly disrespectful. So I don't give no fucks no more. I just don't. I don't give no fucks. You have too many other issues to worry about. So this was a post. And then after the post was made, the comments were basically Karlissa saying, oh, I hope she gets the closure she needs. What closure? What closure does she need? If you're saying that this is your grandson, can somebody tell me that? If you're saying that this is your grandson, you've already admitted to that. You just posted a fucking picture of Chrisean Jesus side by side of Journey, which you have deleted now because I'm pretty sure Stewie allegedly or may have told you to take the picture down. But just a few days ago, it was, 3 days ago. And Karlissa made the comment after this. So handsome and Journey's twin. So if he's Journey's twin, bitch, why the fuck are you commenting somewhere saying that the baby looks like, or on a post where they're saying the baby looks like somebody else, mom? Why would you even insinuate that they're getting closure for this? Like, I don't understand. Why wouldn't you comment and say, I am unfollowing this page. You guys are ridiculous with your narratives and I will no longer support this. This is why you always somewhere with the wrong information and the wrong answers to questions when people are asking you and trying to hold you accountable. You can't be held accountable because you don't even know the truth. You out here spreading false narratives, listening to hate pages, posting shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing and not making no sense. And you know what you're doing. It don't got nothing to do with, it was a mistake. I didn't know this page was this. I didn't know that page was that. You know what the hell going on. You know what the hell going on. Period. And I know she do. Hey, Drita, welcome to the stage.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I just was like, I had wanted to chime in as well. I feel like it's very disgusting what Karlissa doing. And then I'm thinking, and then I ain't gonna lie to you, from my personal opinion, I think it's very stupid to actually go on a platform with someone like Karlissa anyway and entertain the BS that comes out of her mouth when people know how she's done Chrisean and her son and bashed them all over social media along with the hate pages. I honestly think that that's very stupid. And then to add insult to injury, this woman is sitting here actually interacting with somebody who knows for a fact that that baby does not belong to that young man. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. Even the hate pages know the truth, but they just want to spin a narrative because they don't like Krishan, and that's sad. And then for them to be so-called fan pages of Blue, y'all disrespecting him too, because
They
he's
don't give a
coming
damn
behind
when
this
he don't
child.
go with their narratives. They be mad at him too. They don't give a damn. And honestly, I don't know or care what nobody else do with their platform, girl, because they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. Carlissa just popped up from what I'm understanding, but either way, she know not to pop up over here because she already know what it is. She's only gonna go where she know to play. She know not to play with me. She know not to play
Yes,
with me. That's just the reality
exactly.
of the situation. That's why she does not play with me because she knows not to play with me. She knows that it's all gloves off. I'll be the ghetto one. I don't care. I could be whatever you want me to be, baby. I could be business casual today, like I've already told you guys, or I could be
Hmm.
very, very ghetto, gangster bitch, stepping 10 toes, stepping on toes, running over toes, whatever you want to do. We could do it online, offline, whatever, with whoever. Y'all already know what it is
Right.
with me. So that's why I try my best to sit back, mind my business, and stay on a straight and narrow. Because when I go left field, then now I'm doing too much. Now I'm ghetto. Now I'm going above and beyond. Now I'm doing too much. So I try to not do nothing sometimes, just so a motherfucker won't put me in shit or blame me for shit. But I can't sit back and allow and tolerate and watch this narrative go around that she's so for we should give her a little bit of a chance, basically. I'm not giving her a
Hell
chance for
no.
shit.
She
A
gets
chance to
no
Exactly.
keep doing
grace.
the same
No
shit.
grace.
A chance to keep doing the
Carlissa,
same shit.
exactly. Nobody don't care and anything about what Carlissa is saying. That's an evil ass woman. And that like oh goodness. I'm telling you, my mom would never. I'm telling you, think that my mom would literally have somebody sit there and talk about her grandchild and her not gather your ass. Oh, it's done and over. It's done and
Period.
over. That's why
Like I said, I am here for Krishan. I don't know what part of that nobody understands. People will say something when I post this person and post this person and post that person. It doesn't matter. I'll post whoever because it's still content at the end of the day. I had to mention Drita because I heard a little feedback. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna post whatever I want to post, right? But the whole point of the matter is, in the reality and the real truth and the facts and the proof is in the pudding. I don't have to do anything else to show you guys who I'm here for. Because guess what? The person who knows I'm here for them feels that genuinely in their heart, soul, mind, and body. Because there's no way that if you didn't feel that way, you would come over and support me in my channel, big as you are, and as many channels you could possibly go and support. There's plenty of people that Krishan could go and support, but she's over here because she knows that the love is real and I'm not playing about her, period. I don't care. You could call me whatever you want. You can feel however you want. You can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, nobody deserves to get online every day and see there's a narrative about their child again and again and again. You'll think you got past it. You'll think it's over. We proved this. We proved that. We proved it. There's no ending to it. There's no ending. And I would like for you guys to definitely get the likes up, please, because there's 345 people in here and there's only 143 likes. So I am going to play the intro so I could calm down a little bit. And I'm going to drop the link again for other people to come up just so you can give your opinion, because this is basically an open panel night because this was not planned for content. Really, this was really just I just got triggered. I really did just get triggered, and I need you guys to get the likes up so that we can continue to go on with the show, guys. And thank you for this super chat. I truly appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Um,
ahead and drop down so someone else can come up.
Yeah,
okay, thank
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna drop down too. I'm gonna
Okay.
drop down too.
okay. Thank you for the super sticker, Nisha. Hey, why
Hey
Big
y'all
y'all.
bro, what
crying?
up, big bro? Drea, what's up?
Hey
Hey,
Hey,
y'all.
sis.
everybody. What's
Hey,
up,
sis.
sis? What's up, chat?
Girl, I'm so sick of
I
Carlissa. I
wanted
don't know
I
what to
wanted to
do.
say this. I wanted to say this. I'm so over this narrative of the baby looks like his family. Okay. They only say the baby look like him because the eyes are far apart. But if y'all all have seen Krishan without lashes, her eyes are far apart. know where people keep seeing that, and some people are slow, and some they say they graduated high school and stuff like that. People should know that dominant genes. Her genes are stronger than Blue, so her family looks like her. So the her genes are gonna come out stronger than Blue's. Like they expect that, because Javon looks like him, they want the baby to look like her son's supposed to look like him too. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't see that boy. I'm not gonna say his name. That guy in this baby. I'm sorry, I just don't see, and I've been saying this from the get go since
It's
it
nothing
came
to
out.
see. It's nothing to see. I don't even know why anybody's looking for it to try to see it. You're never going to see it. That's not his fucking baby. They've already proved that. How many fucking times or what the fuck else do we need to say, give, or do? Like, nobody's about to keep playing these tiptoe games with motherfuckers. At the end of the day, they know what it is. That's not his motherfucking baby. So they need to stop with the bullshit. Jetta with her bald-headed ass. She need to shut the fuck
Oh,
up, period.
and yeah, I wanted to say something about the auntie. Study the auntie, her big back, big bald head ass. Study her ass on the internet talking stuff all day. She needs to be grieving. You just literally lost a family member. Why are you up here
Definitely need to
being
be somewhere
messy?
grieving.
And then
Definitely.
Carlissa, big bald head ass. Whew, Jesus, if I ever saw that lady and God, please forgive me. I would literally two-step all over her, like so seriously. I would lay her. I'm glad my mom does not act like this because I would literally disown my mom. Like literally, I do not know that woman. I don't attach. My name is not the name that you named me. I am sorry. Please.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, that auntie know what she doing. She is clout chasing, and I appreciate you for coming up. While you always lying, I always appreciate your opinion. I'm gonna drop you so that somebody can come
Okay.
up. Okay, have a good night. Hey, too much, and Bit Jackson.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm
I
doing
just wanted
well.
to say this is what really killed me. They're asking for grace for Carlissa, and
I
here it
don't even
is.
know who's
Wait,
asking for grace for Carlissa.
well,
Who's
okay.
asking for
In,
grace for her?
well, her sister asked for grace, but my
Oh,
thing
I
is
can
this:
see it.
they're asking for grace for Carlissa, but did Carlissa give Krishan any grace? She's never given her any grace. She dug and stuck every single day, every moment of the day, talking about her own grandchild. Here is a 20-something-year-old first time mother, and Carlissa is a mother 3 times over. How dare another mother ask mothers of the world to give Carlissa a break or some grace? Like, that's insane to me. She talked about an innocent child, said the most horrific things a human could say about an innocent child that has your bloodline. That's insane to me. And that really bothers me.
I agree. It's out of line because this is your grandchild. At the end of the day, I wouldn't give a fuck what was involved. When it comes to blood, I'm not playing those type of games. I am not even related to Krishan Jesus, and I will protect him more than the grandmother would. So that's the whole problem I have with the whole thing. There's no way that we have this whole big support group and these support systems and pages for Krishan, and Carlissa as the grandmother is one person, and you can't support and defend your own grandchild. You
And
you
it's
can't do
sickening.
that.
And as a mother, anybody that's a mother, our natural instinct is to go in and protect. And that's why we protect uh Junior, because the fact that you're hearing this person say all these horrible things as a mother, it bothers you because we're moms, so we're in the protective mode naturally. Well, some of us are. Carlissa's not. She knows nothing about that, but it's just sickening to me. I've never ever ran across anything like this in my entire life. It's disgusting. I don't even know how she looks at herself in the mirror every day. How do you live like that, to have that much hate in your heart for your own
Yeah,
grandchild?
that's what I'm trying to understand. Why are you harboring all this hate from Krishan when everything that happened between you and Krishan, you caused this stuff? This girl didn't start nothing with you. That's the whole thing. So, as a person of Christ, so you say, You're supposed to be forgiving for that reason because number one, you started with her and she's young, so you should be able to understand and give her grace. Then you say you can relate to her, but because you said that she reminds you so much of herself, you're literally jealous of her. That's all it is, because at her
Absolutely.
age and your age, there was a totally different thing going on. It's obviously jealousy from so many different angles. Your son doesn't even talk to you, so I definitely don't want to talk to you. I'm pretty sure all of the things you've said and done, Krishan doesn't want to talk to you, and there's no reason for Krishan or Jaden to be talking to you if your son is not talking to you, because obviously your son not talking to you is for a reason, and he made it very clear he doesn't trust you. So if he doesn't trust you, then that means that his baby mothers shouldn't trust you, his wife shouldn't trust you. So don't blame them for not talking to you. Allegedly Jaden blocked her or whatever. Good, she should have been blocked her, but she be too fucking drunk to block her and care about her motherfucking kids at the end of the day. So of course she probably didn't, or did, who knows. But if she did, that's good. She should have been did it. She should have been
And
did
all
it.
she does is use those kids to get clout. She's using those kids to get clout. It's sickening, the stuff that she does. It's actually, I've never seen nothing like it, like I said. And she's totally obsessed with Krishan. I've never seen a 50-something-year-old lady obsessed with a beautiful, vibrant, smart young lady in my life. She wants to be Krishan is the problem. It's clear.
Yep, I agree. I agree. And I thank you so much for your opinion. And thank you for coming up too
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. You have a good night. Hey, Miss Fit. Hey, sis. Hey, boys. Hey.
Hey everybody, hey, how y'all
Hey,
doing?
hey, sisters. Hey, sisters.
What's up,
I got
ladies?
triggered immediately, and I started posting the pictures of him and Journey.
You
Now,
did.
everybody can clearly see that him and that little girl look like they could be twins. The last picture that I posted, they a lot, look alike a lot. I get triggered with Carlissa, but then I clearly remember she's mentally not well, and this is how they operate. One minute they're saying
Yeah, she
one
be
thing,
clout
the
chasing.
next minute they're saying
Mm-hmm.
something different. When I watched and seen her talking on that platform, she clearly showed the entire world she's not right in the head. She could not even answer the questions that was asked of her. Every time somebody asked her a question, she started talking about something completely different from what was asked. That was a dead giveaway. This lady is not right in her head. So I get mad, but I don't get too mad because I know what it is with her. She got problems. What I get mad about is that everybody in her family knows this, but nobody, meaning the sister who always talking about give grace, you not trying to really help your sister. You know your sister has
Can't help her.
problems.
He cannot help that lady. That lady is off the chain. I don't think
And,
nobody can help her.
yeah,
She's
and
off
you
the
know
chain.
what's worse? So like somebody who's not ready to admit that they need help is not gonna accept help because she's still in her mind that it's nothing wrong with her or what she does because those is her kids and that's her blood and she can use them for clout. She doesn't see anything wrong with it. Even when we thought she had a moment of reflection, when she was like, seeing myself up there, I was like, oh well, look. And then this, like, it's there is no hope until she realizes it and really it comes 360 in her face and it comes to fruition. She's not gonna stop tweaking because in her mind, she thinks that she should be allowed to do whatever she's doing, and there's something wrong with us for thinking there's something wrong with her. She's living still in a delusion of grandeur. And it's not anything we can do unless she goes to seek the help she really needs that we watch unfold in front of our very eyes. We saw it. I don't know if she could see us, but we could see her.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she
But
needs help for real.
that's why I get mad when people be saying, "Oh, well, that's Blue's mom. I mean, they should talk." I would never talk to my mother if my mother was talking about my kid like this. So I don't understand why they think he should be talking to his mother after how she drag. And I don't want to hear he did it like
Thank
how
you,
she
Kira,
say
for
she
the
could
super
Me
drag her
chat.
too.
kids because they're her kids.
I
He may
can't get
feel
on.
that way because that's his kid. I wouldn't want to talk to my mother if my mother was out here dragging my son all up and down the internet, and I wouldn't want nobody promoting that I should talk to my mother, knowing that my mother's dragging my kid all up and down the internet. Like
I just
people
want to
just
be
they be
very
killing me.
clear. Not me or no other content creator can speak for or on behalf of Krishan when it comes to who she wants in her kid's life or not. There's no way that we can bridge a gap or anything. That's not our job. That's not what we are here for, and we can't do it. In order for a gap to be bridged between Karlissa and her grandkids' mothers is going to be requiring of her and her son fixing their relationship and her admitting to her wrongdoing and holding herself accountable and actually changing. All that fake ass shit is the reason why nobody wants to fuck with her. One day she'll be like, oh, my son told me get off the internet and respect his wife, or I can't be talking to him. First of all, she was never talking to him. So that was a lie right there. So second of all, she said the lie to try to gaslight Krishan supporters into thinking that, oh, you guys come over here, watch my lives, repost me, talk to me, because I'm not going to say anything bad about Krishan. Then we get over there and somebody's on a fake page or supporters are over there or whatever the case may be. And then she goes to reading comments. She uses that as an excuse. Listen to me now. She will read a comment just to get it going and then act as if, oh, I was just reading the comment. Y'all know I just be reading comments. That's how I ended up saying that. I didn't mean.
But she never acknowledges the comments where people are questioning her in the right way.
Bullshit.
So that's how we know. That's why I said, how dare you have the audacity to be mad about a Q&A when
Maybe
you get up on the internet and do a Q&A every day.
Frederick, maybe you should get the fuck out the chat. How about that? That's what you should do. Don't nobody need to hold nobody accountable for shit. Get your ass up out of here, bitch. Sorry.
What we got? Hey, y'all. But then
Hey,
while you at it, make sure you go and
this is not the place.
Somebody
should
have keep
day or the time.
Oh, my bad. We're talking at the same time. Whoever that is, my bad.
No, it's me interrupting everybody because I'm just so sorry.
Oh, my bad.
I'm sorry. I cannot.
This is not the place nor the time to be trying to. This is not it. This is not it. Don't do it. Just go ahead. Be quiet. Watch from the bushes. Be going.
Hey, Michelle and Misty. And hey to my sis, Rock TTV, just coming on the stage. And I see Sister Soldier is on the stage. So everybody.
Hey, sister wife. Hey, ladies.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
Better late than never.
Hey.
At the end of the day, y'all, I'm so sick of Karlissa. I'm going to give the supporters that came up an opportunity to speak. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey,
how you doing, honey?
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to say one thing. Jaden tweeted the other day, and she said, jail talk is just jail talk. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. My boyfriend did time in prison, and he was telling me everything the Blue was telling me, and we're together still today. And he said a few things. He said, what did he say? He said, when you go to jail, you really get to thinking in there. You really start changing, and you really do, get like that, the way Blue is right now. And I feel like the way Blue is right now and the way he spoke to Krishan with the Q&A really set his mother way over the top, because she is flipping out. If she has to resort to go back to that family, Ronnie's family, mom or grandma or whoever the case may be, and say those little things, that's a form of narcissistic injury. That's what I call it, a narcissistic injury, and that she cannot consume from it. She can't come down from this injury. And I just feel really bad for her. And I just, honestly, I feel like, isn't there something that somebody can do? Like, call somebody on her, like send the 5150 or something. Like, she needs to be evaluated.
I'm so tired of her. I am. She does need to be evaluated. Obviously, the mental illness runs very deep. It's not like it's just her that's mental. There's multiple people related to her that's mental. So please miss me. She's obviously needing help and don't want it and thinks that she's the biggest and the baddest and the most poppinest or whatever she may think she is. But she's literally putting on a Tubi act. She literally is a low budget actor. Like I'm telling you, this lady be acting. She be acting. Them crocodile tears yesterday was some acting. That's all that was acting. There's no way you go from crying and then 1 second later you're normal 100%. You're literally
as soon as they said Krishan's name, that whole crocodile tears sucked up. I seen the tears go back in her eye. It was just so fake because she's like, oh, hold on, because these tears ain't for her. Why you want to worry about your son? Why don't you worry about your son?
Exactly.
I don't want to fuck with you. And if your son is this girl's husband, why the hell would I go against my husband and say, oh, I'm gonna talk to your mom? In some situations, yes, a person would do that. Like say for instance, in my situation, I'm married. Me and my husband's mom have a very good relationship. Sometimes my husband gets mad at his mom for something. I'm still going to talk to his mom because me and his mom have a relationship.
That's
already.
A beautiful woman. I could
tell my kids already. There's no disrespect. She's never going to get mad at her son and then get mad at me or mad at my kids. It's not going to have anything to do with us. So for that reason alone, I will be calling his mom like, look, you guys, I'm trying to fix it or whatever the case may be. But in this situation, there's no before relationship where she can override her husband and come and do and say whatever you say do. You just want a bitch that's going to listen to you like Jaden does. Jaden went against Blue by fucking with you. And now if it's true that she blocked you, like they're saying, it only makes sense. It only makes sense because he probably said, bitch, I've heard what you've been doing. Now I'm calling in. She probably done finally asked, who knows, and then told her something. Who knows if it's the truth? Who really knows? She probably acting. That's probably a part of her fucking Tubi movie too for her 6 O'clock show. Who knows?
Right. I mean, it could be so many different things.
For real.
At this point,
to
I
have
mean, you just can't know.
You should be worried about Dre. She should be worried.
Yeah, doesn't she have another son? Like, what the heck? Gosh.
Yeah,
She's trying to take the focus off of Dre by doing this with Krishan. She's trying to take the focus off of Dre, make people not talk about him, post him, ask her questions.
But
this is why she's going towards
Krishan. All y'all content creators, that's exactly what y'all should do. Y'all should go put all her kids on and just slide her across the Instagram, because that's all she know. I slide her. If I was a real content creator, boy, I slide her tonight, tomorrow.
About her. This is all she's getting right here. This is it.
Yeah, no, we ain't forget about it.
Right, you gonna get a show. That's about it.
Because you didn't deserve this. I was in the middle of making hamburgers, so
you know something. What's crazy is people
understand the mental health of it all, and I just don't know why she keep talking about this baby, yo. Oh my God!
But you know what's crazy? People will see the post of Karlissa or something like that, and they'll be saying, "Why are y'all posting her? She just want to get posted." We don't want to post that. But what happens is we have a bunch of people also DMing us saying, "Did you see this post that they made saying the baby looked like Ronny? Did you see this post saying the baby looked like his mother? Did you see this post?" So it's easier to just put out.
So what y'all think? They got together today and got to talking, because it sounded like it was something going on in the background.
I don't know, because I didn't hear that because I'm blocked from that side of the
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, it could be like,
I don't know what they said. I don't know.
No. What I'm saying, I'm asking the chat or asking anybody on the panel, do y'all think like they went behind the scenes and they've been talking? Because out of the blue, why would you say that out of the blue?
I won't put that past
talk. If I have to be honest, based on what I've seen, I don't think that they talked. Because if so, then that would mean that Karlissa's going to stop talking about their mom. I don't think that. So I don't know really who. I guess you're referring to her sister, right?
Yeah.
Is that who you're referring to, Misty?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where the hell did this come from out of nowhere. out of nowhere. This just no out of
I think
nowhere.
it was the crocodile tears, and I think that is the narrative. I think it's the fact that Karlissa even went on a platform where she knew beforehand that it may or may not be possibly safe, and she still went. So that right there is her, trying to show some type of grace or something like that. And I personally don't agree. Everybody may have their own.
I was in the bottom and the bottom, and they're like, please don't bring her up. Please don't bring her up.
That was a whole clown show. She put on.
She knew that was going to get her some motion.
Right.
She ain't been using no motion. And none of them have motion without Krishan. And let's keep it all the way a buck. Krishan pages are what give Karlissa the motion. If we post something about her, then that's when she sees the opportunity to seize on it. And then she'll go live and she'll respond, like Krishan's Q&A, for example. She only went live because of the Q&A. She didn't go live before that. We ain't been hearing nothing about her. And even when she was on the live yesterday, I'm about to go finish up on my page and this, that, and the other. She's full of shit. She's clout chasing and she knows what she's doing, period. There can't nobody else tell me no otherwise.
She's being very manipulative right now.
Very manipulative. And I ain't fanned out by her. I'm not here for her. I wouldn't give a fuck if she came up here right now or not. I would ignore her motherfucking ass. Because bitch, if you ain't about to get up here and say, I apologize to my grandson,
I will hand her cross.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing else.
If she came up here, I'll put a noose around her neck. She got some strong man demons on her, boy. I tell you that.
But check it, hot chocolate. She do all that talking about the Krishan fan page or whatever the case may be, and then that's where you gonna make your grand appearance on YouTube is on the Krishan fan page. Get out of here, yo, because you already know what emotion that you know that you ain't got no motion. Why you ain't on your fan page? Why you ain't on your supporters page? Oh, because you ain't got none. Get out of here.
Y'all, they say the likes not adding up, so I'm gonna need y'all to get the likes up.
Hey, didn't Krishan say let's see how your year's gonna look? That's why she's mad.
Right. Let's get those likes up, guys.
Yeah, when he get out, he ain't gonna have nothing to do with her. I hope somebody can be able to slide on his DM. Like, let me have this whole conversation about your mama. And I'm
finna play the intro while they get the likes up, guys. So everybody mute your mic for me for a second. Please. You guys get the likes up. We'll continue the show in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna give you guys the intro a couple times on loop. So go ahead and give us a little.
What are you doing?
Supporting hot chocolate teenage.
Period. Girl, they already hating. Yeah, they gonna hate. It's okay.
She got the tea, don't you see? Spilling truth with every sip so free. Got the documents, got the receipts. Every story she completes. Grab your tea, it's a hot topic spree. Sipping truth with a side of glee. Box of chocolates, sweet and neat. Hot tea's here, take your seat.
Hot chocolate tea. You better put your best profile picture up, nigga. They should know who the fuck got the tea. Let me go on hot chocolate page. She knows. Let me go and check on what they say. Because I know you gonna post it. You like actually engage and help the engagement. Did you think this would go this far?
Krishan, what are you doing?
Supporting hot chocolate teenage.
Period. Girl, they already hating. Yeah, they gonna hate. It's okay.
She got the tea, don't you see? Spilling truth with every sip so free. Got the documents, got the receipts. Every story she completes. Grab your tea, it's a hot topic spree. Sipping truth with a side of glee. Box of chocolates, sweet and neat. Hot tea's here, take your seat.
Hot chocolate tea. You better put your best profile picture up, nigga. They should know who the fuck got the tea. Period. Let me go on hot chocolate page. She knows. Let me go and check on what they say. Because I know you gonna post it. You like actually engage and help the engagement. Did you think this would go this far?
Krishan, what are you doing?
Supporting hot chocolate teenage.
Period. Girl, they already hating.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna bleed y'all with the the intro over and over and over. I hope y'all got the likes up. Welcome back to the stage, sis. Voice of Reason. Hey, Nikki. I see you just came on the stage. And Z. Hey, guys.
Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing tonight?
Hey,
Doing
What's going
good.
on?
hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey,
So I came up here because I don't know exactly who asked the question of where did the giving grace and all of that came from. Well, I'll be on everybody's page seeing what the heck is going on. Yep, sure do, live in effect. And where it came from is because the sister decided that because of what the situation has happened and going on with, the mom's son, she raised him like that was her son. And with talks of talking to their mother, Blue's grandmother, and a couple other people, she said that she prayed upon it and she would put her differences to the side so that way they can make sure that you know her nephew and her son is good. But what she did say was she was like, but if she start going left field, is not I'm not giving her no grace because you're not going to do that. If you wrong, I'm gonna tell
That's
you
her
that you wrong.
sister. I don't mean to cut you off. That's her sister. That's her business. That's her stance. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with content creators. That don't have anything to do with you. That don't have anything to do with anybody and what they say or do. So I'm not even sure why. I understand why you're explaining it now, but I just want everybody to stop bringing that up for me. Not over here. I don't give a fuck what nobody else say or do. I just don't care. I am not giving her anything. Not over here. Period. It's never that.
Period.
It's never that. She's
And
not
check,
welcome.
it went left before she even got off the damn stage, so that's out the window anyway. I
it
don't.
definitely did,
I would expect
Misfit.
I would expect the sister to have grace for her sister. So that's not nothing. You feel me? I would expect that because, like she said, she feels for her son. So that's understandable. But I understand as well that when Krishan was locked up and she was away from her son, Karlissa didn't give her a break. Karlissa didn't have any grace for her. Karlissa didn't give a damn that her baby was without her. She didn't give a damn in the courthouse when Krishan left and she was sitting right there with the baby. She didn't even have grace for her grandbaby when his mom went to jail. So please miss me with the bullshit. I don't care. Please stop bringing that up. Please, please,
Thank you,
please,
thank you. I just
please, and thank you. I don't give a fuck.
respectfully.
Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
We
that
give we give her the grace she show. How about that? Because she
part.
showed it.
And matter of fact, we didn't really get a chance. Thank you for the super chat. Loving Indigo. I appreciate it. You guys, I do have a super chat goal tonight. So guys, please help me and make sure you're supporting the channel so that we can be here more often doing this and I can get my great equipment. Shout out to Love and War for being on the stage. Shout out to you, girl. What's tea? What's tea, Love and War?
Hey,
Pop it.
Love, loving what?
No, I'm not going to come and pop it. I just got an announcement to all the mods and people in the chat. Number one, don't come over here and mention other content creators. Keep that on their page. Number two, which is really number one, don't disrespect Hot Chocolate. That's going to get you blocked immediately. Number three, mods, please be mindful of who we are hiding, deleting comments because some people's comments are getting deleted and it's not necessary. We need all mods to hit me up on Instagram. You don't need to friend request me. You can send a message. I will respond. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, she has spoken.
I know that's right. Yes, ma'am.
I love her, girl.
Well,
That's that.
Sorry, I had to go on mute, but I do appreciate that. And please stop mentioning other people because this is not in no way because I know you guys are going to be messy and try to make it sound like I'm over here talking about somebody or being messy. I'm not talking about nobody. I don't care what nobody else does. I'm just telling you what I would or wouldn't do. It don't got shit to do with nobody else. Everybody's different. They have their own personalities. And at the end of the day, you can't really do shit with Karlissa anyway. At the end of the day, that's why you shouldn't even be trying to go back and forth with her because you already know what type of game she's playing. So there's no point in having this. Maybe I can reason with her attitude. So stop bringing up people. Stop carrying shit from here to there, talking about what these people said. If I'm not on these people page, I'm not covering their content. That's just what it is. I didn't block nobody. If I'm blocked by these people, then obviously they don't want me to see their content. And I'm a content creator that would repost the content. So if I can't see it, I'm not talking about it. I'm not reposting it. I'm not sharing it. They don't get none of my motion. If they want some motion, they can do that on their own time and with the people they over here with. But they ain't over here. So we over here. Krishan's over here. We 10 toes for Krishan over here. I don't know nothing about nothing else. Hey Tonda.
Hey, I just want, I'm going to be real
Hey,
quick. I just
Tonda.
want, hey, I'm going to be real quick and I just want to say this. First of all, let's be clear. Carlissa knows that's Blue Sun. The haters know that that's Blue Sun. Jada knows that's Blue Sun. They just don't want it to be Blue Sun. That's the real issue right there. Second of all, there is no hater that ever gave Krishan grace. Ever. So why should anybody else get grace? Why should haters that talk about Krishan and her son get grace? Please tell me that. And then on top of
That
that,
part.
and on top of that, out of all that's been going on, everything that was said, everything that was done, people need to realize Karlissa has called that child a demon. She has talked about a helmet, which first of all, a helmet is for a baby to shape a baby's head. Krishan Jesus' head is perfectly fine. She's talked about a kickstand, have said the baby looked retarded because of the eyes, and you expect for somebody to say that's still a grandma? No, the fuck it's not. That's not a grandma. I'm a grandma.
Girl, me too. I would never.
First of all, not even a grandma. No person would say that about a child, period. It don't have to be a grandma.
That's true too.
So no, she gets no grace. She don't get no grace. Even before Krishan became pregnant, Carlissa stayed online on the internet and talked about Charlotte's child for a whole year straight. Talked about that woman's child. She don't get no grace.
That great
And that's all I gotta say. No,
That part,
and
pop
then
it.
and then the thing about Ronnie, first of all of them can go meet Ronnie. That's all. Period.
Period.
I know
Shit.
that's right.
All I give a fuck.
But
It's
that's
okay to
all.
disrespect Krishan's baby, but we gotta sit over here and be like, oh,
Exactly.
let's give grace and condolences to him and his family. Fuck
So
him and his family. Who gives a fuck?
exactly. So no,
Please.
absolutely not. But
Yeah,
that's all
I
I
don't give
gotta
a
say.
fuck.
Let me
I
leave
said
and
what
let
I
somebody
said.
else
I
come
do
up.
not care. I just don't.
What y'all drinking on tonight?
I
Dang.
ain't drinking shit. I ain't
It
drinking
ain't no
nothing.
wine
You know
tonight.
something? Let me tell y'all something.
I'm very
The
sober
way,
over here, is what I'm saying.
the way I had that hangover on Friday, y'all will
Man,
not hear about me drinking nothing. I'm having coffee with the nice little cold foam on top. I'm drinking a little fancy coffee. That's all I'm good on the drinking.
Yeah, I'm taking a great pause myself here. I'm not as grown as I thought I was. Just not gonna be able to do it.
If anybody play with my kid like this on the line every day, I'm not gonna have any grace for them. So it should be the same way. If you want grace, you gotta give grace. If you want respect, you have to give respect. The moment you start playing with somebody's kid, it's all gloves off. Why don't people understand that? Why don't people get that? Why? Why are we? Why? Who's afraid of what? What's gonna happen? Who's gonna do something? What are they gonna do? What I just want to know. What is a motherfucker gonna do if I get up here and say whatever the fuck I really want to say? I don't say half of these things because I don't like going back and forth with people because I'm not good at arguing. Once I get too mad and it's time to argue and defend myself and all of that, I just want to go upside a bitch head. Period. So there's no point in going back and forth over petty little shit. But I'm gonna say whatever I gotta say, and then however you feel after that is on you. And I'm gonna just act like I don't see you because
That's
I
big
don't.
facts.
Like it.
I see
That
through
part.
motherfuckers.
That part right
They
there.
become
Cause
invisible,
who gonna do
man.
You're
what?
you,
Who
you're
gonna
you're
do?
you're not even
Cancel me?
available.
Please.
You're not even available. I don't even see you no more. And my membrane, nothing. That's it. You might as well be dead because that's how you gonna be in my eyesight.
what's crazy is with all the stuff we seen Carlissa do, right? You figure only a certain amount of the buffoonery is actually online. So, and what we see online is just horrible and disgusting, right? Imagine what we haven't seen.
Right.
There's nothing that can
Very
convince
hard.
me to talk to this woman or have anything to say to her unless she 100% came to me and to the public, because you gotta apologize where you was disrespectful at too. So
Yeah.
Right.
it's like there's not.
I
I
know
would
y'all
never
hear the
have.
burgers grilling. I'm sorry.
Listen,
No, you're
I'm not
Yeah,
mad
fine.
at
that's what
you.
that
No,
is.
you're fine.
I
But
just
that's
finished
why
eating. I
I
made
don't know why
chili.
she keeps saying that she seen her at the restaurant and and Krishan had everything go wrong. I don't know why she keep running around saying that. You never said anything to this girl prior to the restaurant. There was no discussion. There was no apologies, no nothing. And then you thought that you was just going to run up on this girl and be like, and she was
Right.
supposed to
Now,
be like,
and,
like
and
that's
then
the part that keep
No,
pissing
the
me
fact that
off.
she
and,
lied about
and
Blueface
pissing me
dead.
off.
The
Yeah,
Yeah,
fact
that
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 she
part
lied
part.
and
too.
tried to say, we ain't hear him say none of that.
That's why
None of
Krishan
that.
said she was going live. Do I need to play the live?
And then she gonna say we
That
was
man did
talking
not
before
tell
she
her
went
nothing that
live.
she said.
I'm talking
That
about they was
man did
in a
not
whole
say none of that. He was
conversation.
in agreement.
That's crazy word.
She
She
wanted to
claimed that
have
was
people on the
what was
wild
said before
goose
the camera
chase.
was on. That don't make no sense.
Right.
That was not
She's
what was said.
lying.
We
She
heard
wanted to
majority of
have
what was
people
said
on
with the
the
camera
wild
was
goose
on.
chase.
She blamed
She's
that
lying.
day on Krishan for going left. No, the blame goes to the same page that's posting this bullshit now that got you commenting and the auntie commenting. They went and clicked up that live, and you got in the car, you seen it, and you went live and you started talking to a clipped up narrative of what Krishan had said when that is not what she really was saying. She was being sarcastic and she was playing around. She even said I was joking. She even took accountability, but you, the older person in the situation, don't listen to shit, don't be on the right pages, don't want to hear nobody out, nothing.
Plus, she
That
didn't like the fact that her mom called Papa Blue and was talking to them on the phone. That ate her alive.
she don't like that anybody
Mm-hmm.
Krishan Jr. other than, or her. She doesn't like that. If she's not the one, like if she the head of that's her son's baby mama. So that's part of her. So shouldn't none of y'all be talking to her if I'm not talking? That's how she thinks.
Yes, anybody who don't agree with her, she doesn't like.
Right.
Right.
It's just
That part. That
But
part.
I'm
You
not gonna
won't
stay
go
here long. I
along with
just
her
wanted to say a few
delusion.
things before I get back in the chat. What I
I
didn't like
appreciate
was
it.
what I didn't like was the fact that the excuse you gave for the way you talked about that girl Precious Baby was insane to
Mm,
me.
mm,
And I
mm.
did get out of character yesterday, but I went off because I was pissed yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you don't like the girl, like I've been saying, you don't like her, but you don't got to use her baby.
At
Like,
all.
it's sad. Her baby is innocent. Like, then you get mad. They're talking about, oh, they talk about the other kids. We talking about her baby. Because they don't talk, they make pages about that girl baby.
And then when she sees somebody talking about the baby, the other
She
kids,
goes in with
she
them.
knows who the pages are. You know that these are trolls. You know that these are not content creators. Don't try to bring
Justify
everybody
it. She
as
was
a whole.
justifying it.
She just think everybody as slow as she is. The problem is
I was
that.
And
about
then
to
my
say,
thing is this: it's like that lady said. She don't want that baby to be. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that baby. She don't want Krishan Jesus Porter to be her grandbaby. But get over it and suck it up, Buttercup.
Definitely suck it up because that's definitely your
'Cause
grandbaby.
she belong to Blueface and let it
Oh,
go.
that's she know that. She know that.
And as
she
far as
wants us
Ronnie
to
family,
believe.
they need to go back to the trash can where they was at. Like, get out of here. But I'm gonna go back to come up.
Okay, no
She
problem. I
wants us.
appreciate you.
She wants us to believe that she's so slow that she doesn't know these are hate pages. That she's saying are her favorite pages.
Oh
Um,
yeah, her
and then,
favorite.
but she
Oh,
wants
she's
us to
slow.
believe that she's so smart and she knows everything. And I know everything. I know you think I don't know. I know everything. How do you know everything, but you don't know that? You can find all of us. You can find the Krishan support pages
Yeah,
that you can't stand real easy.
that's
But you
exactly what
can't
I'm
find the
saying. That's why
pages
the
that's
title
hating on the
is
baby. Like, cut it
original.
out.
Yeah, that's why the title is Karlissa Know What She Be Doing. That's exactly
She
why.
definitely
Because
know
she
what
knows
she's
who
doing.
these pages are. She works in cahoots with these motherfuckers. Come on now.
It's like you
Them
can't want us
motherfuckers
to
all
believe
in.
you smart and stupid. You can't make us think we're not gonna do that.
Oh, Karlissa, yeah,
But she is smart and stupid.
she's smart,
She really
stupid.
is.
She thinks she's smart and we slow. No, baby.
Yeah, no,
The
no.
problem is that they think we're slow. That's what they think. They think that we're really slow. They really think that. They really do. They really, really do. And because they're dealing with slow people on the other side, they can convince them of that and get them to push that narrative because they're really slow. They don't understand. So they believe what she say and then they run with it because guess what? One day Karlissa is going against them and saying Krishan Jesus is her grandkid. They hate her for that. They be in the comments talking about, come on, Karlissa, you know better than that. You the one that can stop this all. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Then the next day, she's over here co-siding with them and acting like she, like reading a comment or whatever. She know what she be doing. She goes with whatever is going on that day that fits the algorithm.
All them people lick windows, sniff glue, and wear helmets. I'm just convinced. That's what it looked like behind this screen. Because I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it.
Yeah, this don't make no sense for real. Nobody should even have to go live in the middle of the evening or the night and cuss your ass out. For real. And we didn't get a chance to review the live after she did the Q&A or whatever, or after Krishan posted the Q&A when she basically was talking about Krishan and her baby. So I am going to play that so that we can have a little content to go with what we're talking about because it all fits at the end of the day. But before I jump into that, Krishan's out here unbothered, baby. While y'all out here still pushing the same narratives because y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about, Krishan is out here buying diamonds and pearls, baby. Something you guys will never know.
Look at it. It's bling for
bling,
real
bling.
though.
Every time I see it around my city, bling bling.
Hey.
Yeah, that's popping.
Don't do that.
Because she's
Hey,
so
Judith.
broke, she's buying beautiful presents for her friends.
Hey,
Oh
like,
my God, so broke.
What
hey,
up,
Judith,
what
how
up?
you doing?
Hello.
I'm fine. It's my first time on your panel. Thank you for having me up here.
Well, welcome up here.
Welcome to the stage.
I'm not gonna.
Welcome.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
So you're always welcome.
I'm gonna try not to say too much. Okay. With the same people that's asking for grace for Karlissa, they would not give that same grace if it was their baby they was talking about. If Karlissa was attacking their child.
Give grace when she show accountability.
But here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people are looking at the social construct of what's going on with these hate pages in Karlissa. Hate pages are pushing a social construct to dehumanize a Black child. Once you are successful at dehumanizing one Black child, you can dehumanize all Black children. You take in account that whole Ryan Garcia incident. He started going on social media before that, talking about Krishan Jesus. And he felt comfortable enough after he did that. Black people have to get it together. Like, even though we look at ourselves as individuals, we are being judged as a monolith. And most people know better than to go into other communities, other cultures, and say anything about their baby on social media. But it's okay to do it to one of our children. And you think, oh, it's not I care, but I really don't care. Yeah, they shouldn't say it, but just sit there and say, give her grace. You wouldn't give grace if it was your child being attacked like this. And the picture is bigger than you. It's bigger than Krishan Jesus is what's going on in the social media. Because I came into this sector of YouTube because of what I saw happen to this baby. What's happening to the baby? It's
Right. Don't
on a
lose
demonic
focus. We
level of
don't need to
what
lose
they're doing.
focus. Yep. I
I
agree.
I I I I
I agree with everything you
I'm
just said.
trying not to
I
say
do
too
too.
much, but I um didn't I was I'm really not into I was never in really into social media. As far as the entertainment aspect. When I would go on social media, I would go under the Israelite banner. If you know, you know. I'm seeing the destruction of this infant, and it's crazy. It is demonic. And for anyone to sit there and ask for grace, and you see, she's not going to stop. So I see people saying, "Oh, well, let's give her grace. Let's try to get to the root of Karlissa. Let's try to get to the problem of Karlissa." No, she needs to be eradicated. And that sounds harsh. Listen, if I'm putting it like this, if Harriet Tubman was alive, Karlissa would not get the Bible. Karlissa would get the shotgun.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
and all right,
Oh,
that's it.
okay.
I'm trying not to say too much.
Everybody popping it tonight. I don't know what's sipping and what y'all got in these
Hey,
cups.
hey, Sister Soldier, what do you think
I
about
appreciate
what
you
she had to
sharing
say?
Um,
Definitely appreciate you.
yeah, how y'all doing? First of all, hey, hot tea, hot chocolate, girl, you my favorite.
Hey, how you
I
doing?
appreciate it. I love you so much. And God bless you. May
No
God keep
problem. I
blessing you
appreciate it.
abundantly. I just
Thank
you're
you.
so welcome. I just wanted to say, well, I can't do a super chat, but if you send me your cash app, I'll send you, a couple of dollars on cash app or whatever the case may be. Um,
Okay.
but I love your content, I swear. But I just wanted to say this about Krishan. The first time I came across her, I'm gonna be quick because I want to give somebody else an opportunity to talk as well. The first time I came across Krishan on my timeline, I had to ask my daughter who she was because what I'm saying, I really didn't know. But I live in Maryland myself. I'm from Maryland. I don't live in Baltimore. I'm like where I live is like 30 minutes away from Baltimore. I'm more like in a DC suburb. But when I first saw her on my timeline, I saw her face and she was saying something like, "I did it for you, Blue," or something like that. And so I took my phone in my daughter's room and I asked her, I said, "Who is this girl?" And she said, "Oh, that's a Blueface girlfriend. Her name is Krishan Rock." And so I had to search and all of this. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say that God told me specifically to pray for Krishan because Krishan has a calling on her life. God is going to use Krishan to
Amen.
lead the younger generation to
Amen.
Christ. So I just wanted to say that no weapon formed against her or her son is going to prosper. So all these
Amen.
people that got their mouths on her and that baby, if you don't close your mouth, God gonna close it for you. Now, as far as Carlissa is concerned, my sister have a mother-in-law exactly like her, or had a mother-in-law. Let me just say that exactly like her. That lady ruined their marriage because she wouldn't stop interfering, but they kept blaming her for stuff that her husband, her son actually, was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if he cut off contact with her, then she blamed my sister. You understand what I'm saying? And that's exactly the same thing that I see going on right now. I see Carlissa is blaming Krishan for the actions of her own son. Baby, your son don't want to talk to you. Your other son wasn't talking to you. Then you said yesterday that he was talking to you through Siri. You need a phone to do that. So if you're saying that he don't have a phone, how do he have Siri? Siri is the iPhone thing, right? So what do we talk? None of your kids talk to you. And the only reason why really Cal even talked to her probably, and I'm just speculating, so let's just say for entertainment purposes only, is because she need a babysitter for her children. She's a single parent. You know what I mean? It's like you have not realized yet that your relationship with your kids is because of your mouth and your inability to close it. Instead of you talking like my child is grown, my child is actually the same age as Krishan, okay? And can't nobody say nothing about my child because that's still my child. Even though she's grown, that's still my child. You can't talk
Period.
as a grown person, as somebody my age. I'm 42. I had my baby when I was young. But as a grown person, you can't talk about my child because that's a child to you. So you need to keep your mouth off my child. Now, so she arguing with somebody her age or her significant other or whatever the case may be, that's a different situation. You know what I'm saying? I fight those battles in a different way. I go to my closet and pray. You understand what I'm saying? But a
Yes.
grown person, keep your mouth off my child, please. And thank you. And unless and until she learn how to keep her mouth off her son and his business, no matter what he's doing with these women, which clearly he's made a choice. Okay? He done now made a choice to take a wife. Krishan is that wife. You need to back off and allow him to be the man that he needs to be to his wife and his children. And unless and until that happens, you're not going to have no relationship with him. And you cursing your own grandchild, baby, I heard in the spirit, backfire.
Come on now.
Backfire. It's
Come
going
on.
to come right back on you because that's your blood. That's
Now.
you going to curse your own bloodline? I'd like to see, you know what I'm saying, how much success you have with that. But I'm gonna
How
get
your
on my
year going?
say
I
that
Right.
said, how
again.
your
How
How
your
year
your
year
year,
going?
going?
how your year going?
Because you talking about
How
kids
you
and both
doing?
of your kids locked up, and one of them was just locked up not too long ago. So, you know, the other one that's out now. So, I mean, and I don't mean no disrespect because I like Callie, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. I'm
Right.
just saying,
I mean, I get
yeah,
it. Yeah.
like you gotta like fall back. Like it's okay for you to want to be an influencer and all of that, but when you start using your kids and their business for clout, you all the way wrong, all the way out of pocket, and God is not gonna bless no mess.
And he's
That
not.
part.
Oh,
Amen.
man.
If
Okay, girl.
this when she got to Zeus, that should have been it. That should have been it right there. You should have made that blow up. You should have went from there, started talking about other shit from there. You had already done too much by then, but you could at least did it then. For real though.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And,
And
uh,
I wanted to no, I wanted to say something to the people that's saying that, oh, it's my as a Christian I have to give Christian. What do the Bible tell you about witchcraft and witches? Because Carlissa was on live and I heard it, and I know a lot of other people heard it. How she was going to see the voodoo priest. She's laying blue shoes on the Bible, trying to get him apparently to go back to Jaden.
What?
This,
I didn't hear
yeah,
that. What
it's
live was
all
Yeah,
this?
it's
I've
all. I'm
seen
not gonna
that.
even tell you where to
That's
go get to
that's
see the picture.
online.
You see,
It's
I saw
online. I've
that,
seen it.
and she
I've
had
seen it.
and she had his blue flag in the Bible, doing real weird
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
I
I've
she's
heard
seen
doing
it.
it though.
that. Woman is practicing witchcraft, and you're sitting here saying, "Oh, I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna give her grace." What does the Bible tell you about witches?
Tell you about witches and also
And
tell
if
you
you
how to
need the chapter and verse, I can give it to you.
But that's the
She's
problem. They're
playing with
not they're
witchcraft.
not reading the word. That's the
I,
problem. They're not reading the word. They're just running their mouth talking about how they're a Christian and God said and you supposed to forgive, but they're not going to the word to actually see, okay, if this is happening, let me go to the word and find out what is my next move. Like you said, she is practicing witchcraft. So go to the word and figure out what your stance is as a Christian to somebody who is practicing witchcraft.
it also tell you in the Bible how to handle somebody who's done you wrong, and you only have so many steps before you treat them like just like the sinners and the whatever the case is called. But it's a way you handle it. So it's you don't just go show grace. It's a way you handle it. So you give it to God at that point. They need to deal with God.
Mm-hmm.
They got to take accountability. It's not my place to do anything. It's not my place to do anything but pray and
Cause
give it to God or whatever the case may be, or tax collector.
exactly, if you're strong in your faith, your prayer should be enough. Have to rely on divinations.
Yep.
If you believe that the Most High God is going to work within your favor, you don't have to do divinations. But the same woman, she also told Katie how to get Dre to act right and do some type of witchcraft on her too. This woman is I don't think, I'm not trying to get too spiritual. I hope people realize that she's operating on a demonic level. It's not something that you really want to play with unless you know. And unless you're telling me you got the keys of Solomon, you don't try to reform her.
That's some dangerous stuff over there. You're right.
She needs to be rebuked and shunned from the community.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's God's will for her to turn towards if it's God will for her to turn back, she will. But she X'd out the community. And see, you don't sit there and want to reason with her, and then you sit there and you let her. It's okay if she lies on other people as long as she don't lie on you, type of stuff. That's crazy.
Jesus rebuked one of his own disciples when they got to talking like, no, something ain't right about what you telling me. You out of the will of God. I rebuke
Peter.
Yep.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. It's like she's definitely evil. Like what she's doing is evil. It's definitely giving she's not even Christian like, because a person like this is nowhere near God. There's no way that you would even you can't pray today and tonight and then wake up tomorrow and say F my grandbaby. It don't work that way. That your heart wouldn't even be built like that if you were really who you say you are. Like you're masking who you say you are for something else.
You're right, because check this out. Y'all know what a reprobate mind is? Where you can't change it. Like you to the point of no return with that. Like you can't even come back from the evil that you're doing. You keep playing with it. You keep playing with it, thinking, oh, I got time to get it right. I got time to get it right. No, you keep pushing yourself and playing with it beyond grace. And then you're out there. You stuck, and she's stuck like that. Like these people that's backing her up, they don't understand what they tagged into.
That part.
Some of them
that part.
Baby, that's probably what the problem is.
That part right there. That's the part that gets me a little annoyed, because they saying that her sister is an ordained somebody. So if your sister is an ordained somebody, I'm not understanding what's really going on, because Stevie Wonder could see that Karlissa is not of the Christ, and he can't even see. People should have got the message once she said she went to church and they put her out. Like everybody can see them demons all over her. It's so clear that she has this dark thing on her. Like it was said, she's playing with them demons so much that I don't even know if she could come out of that dark hole that she's in, because she keep pushing herself further and further and further down. And other people was on dealing with nonsense like that, and look what happened. You cannot deal with those evil spirits and expect for nothing to happen to you.
No, that spirit would jump on you. And also you got to, and remember, Book of Revelation chapter 2, it says 2/3 of my people shall be cut off and die. I believe Karlissa possibly all part of that 2/3 that needs to be cut, that will be cut off. I can't say for sure because I'm not the Most High God, but she's sure enough behaving like it.
But it's just like, even if you go back to the Bible where you had King Saul that was anointed, God had him anointed, but with his pride, because of his pride, God removed that anointing and gave it to David. So it's like you can be anointed and you can have some, have a relationship, well, not a relationship with God, but fall short and go somewhere else. You can be pulled to the dark side, your pride, because that's one big problem. She's a narcissist. So at the end of the day, he can be anoint you. You can have these things around you, but he can also take it away, just like he gave it to you. He can remove his grace because of that. He did to King Saul. So it's like they don't take a lot of stuff into accountability. Everybody talking all this biblical stuff. You got to go read the whole Bible. Go read what happened to people that done failed in the Bible and what God has done, and when it's time to show grace. When God says a time and place for everything. That's one of my favorite scriptures. It's a time and place for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
especially when you're trying to touch his anointing and do his prophet harm.
There you go. Because once he removed that anointing, once that anointing was removed from King Saul, couldn't nobody touch David. So you can't, he's, it's just, you can't do that. You just touch not my hand or do my prophets no harm. That really is already irritating me in itself because they just killing me with this, all this Christian stuff. And like, people just need to, they kill it.
And her sister, and people keep don't want it at people that her sister is an ordained minister. Hey, let me take you to the book of Romans. I suffer not a woman to teach or to usurp authority over men. Are we gonna skip that scripture too, or just throw out the whole Bible? So
Do we really?
no,
Do we
I'm
really
not
think
buying
her
it.
sister is a minister?
I don't know. There's so many lies wrapped up in this story.
I do, because just because you a minister don't mean you're gonna really be living like that. Like, there's so many crooked motherfuckers that are ministers, so you can't tell either one way or the other. Honestly, you really can't
That's
tell.
true.
If the motherfuckers say they are, I'm gonna let you say whatever you say you are, you are. But just because you say that don't mean that that's that. It's all on how you carry yourself and what you present. And if she is one, she ought to be ashamed of herself, because there's no way I would let Karlissa be using my platform if I am a minister and my sister is up here with all this heathen mess. Please.
True.
That's the part right there. You're so true. Like, if you're hold at a higher standard in making sure you put her in check. The only person I heard her put her in check is Octavia and Carletta. Neither one of them claim to be no minister. So I'm confused.
Yeah,
But
they
also,
definitely hold her accountable from the times that I hear. So that's why I said whatever, Carletta said after yesterday, I understand. It may be, that's her sister at the end of the day. So I can understand her wanting to have grace for her, but that don't got nothing to do with us. That just doesn't. She can have grace, and whoever her supporters are, that's who she's talking to. So that's why I'm saying at the end of the day, that's not the basis of our show, because we're not listening to that, right? So that ain't got nothing to do with us.
True.
I also wanted to point out, you showed the bracelet that she got, DJ Sky. It's a beautiful bracelet. But I also wanted to point out, I heard, you know how some people be, but if people go back and remember in the Bigo Live, Krishan was talking, DJ Sky was on there at first, and they were talking about a time that DJ Sky was at a club first. Krishan said DJ Sky called her and was like, because you know who came in there. DJ Sky even put the camera on her, and she done a little fake wave to Krishan. That's what a friend is supposed to be. That's what a friend is supposed to do. DJ Sky stood 10 toes down and was like, I'm finna call my friend and let her know I ain't involved in this little mix. I ain't with her or nothing like that.
Thanks.
And that's why she got a bracelet. Just for the ones in the back who want to know, okay, well, DJ, because you know how some people be saying different stuff. I've seen different people say different stuff about it. Nah, DJ Scott stood 10 toes down with her friend. She have shown me that she's a friend. Because for you to say, because that's the type of person I am. If I know that my friend, that somebody that I call a friend, don't get along with somebody else, and I'm somewhere, and that person come in there, now I'm finna let you know right now. Hey,
Let me let you know
she
right
here.
now.
She here, so if somebody call and tell you some lies or do something, I want you to know I was here first, and that's what DJ Sky did, and I commend her for that.
Right.
Wait,
Before
who told
anybody else
somebody to
tell you,
scram?
let me tell you. Yep.
You ain't got to scram, Kit Kat. Who said that? Y'all stop being mean in the chat, man. For real. Like, everybody, the only person running this channel is me. Let's just be clear. So if anybody's doing too much in the chat and you feel that way, and just DM me, because come on now, just because you got a wrench don't mean you need to be being mean to people. I'm not talking to everybody. I may be even incorrect. You may have been a person without a wrench, but I'm just saying, let me just be very clear. Why? Well, what did she do?
Who? You talking to me?
I'm sorry. I need to stop reading the comments.
Not you. We're talking about the comments.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm in the chat. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Anyways, I'll just mind my business because I don't know what's going on at the end of the day.
But yeah, DJ
Yeah.
Scott didn't want the narrative to get out. She knew the blogs was going to pick it up, and she didn't want a
Exactly.
false narrative going around, making her friend look bad, feel bad. So she did the right thing. That's what a friend is supposed to do. That's what I would have done. I would have said,
Mm-hmm.
look, you know, and Krishan even said, I don't like when she called me with people, but Krishan have to
Exactly.
understand it's a method to the madness. I know you don't like it, but I
Mm-hmm.
just want you to understand it ain't what it looked like. So I would have done the same thing DJ Scott did, because that's what friends are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yep.
Yep.
So she the only person that honestly, she the one person that's showed me something. Like, okay, I feel you. Cause I would have done the same, like I said, I would have done the exact same thing. So
Yeah,
mm-mm.
especially in Krishan's situation when there's so much, everything is so criticized and everything is exploited. I
Yeah,
would
she
definitely have
done a
done
lot.
the
She
same.
done a lot more than a lot of other people did. And DJ Scott even made a comment about when that person did that interview, that stupid ass interview with Adam. DJ Scott had something to say. DJ Scott said something about that too, and I don't blame her.
Yeah. At
So
the end of the
yeah,
day, people try to judge DJ Sky based off of her, who she know. I'm gonna tell you right now, being from LA, you know a lot of people, you network with a lot of people, and you got to understand Krishan's not a petty person. Krishan is not petty like people try to make her seem, or how you
exactly.
may be as a friend. Like, oh, if I don't, if because a lot of things is based off of what we think online, right? So we'll see somebody with somebody and say, oh, why she with her? Krishan don't want her with her, but Krishan don't care because first of all,
Mm-mm.
these people are getting money together, they're networking. Just like today, for example, Jaden was just live with Jaden was just live with Scotty. Scotty was posted that she was in Africa today or whatever. Krishan liked it. So if Krishan felt a certain type of way, she would have never liked it. Krishan doesn't, she's not petty like that. She doesn't care. She know that people are going to have other people as friends. I'm like that as well. If you don't fuck with somebody, I don't have a problem with that. If I don't fuck with them and you're fucking with them, I don't have a problem with that. Unless it's there's different, everybody has a different relationship with a person, and the person that I may have fell out with may have done something really big, small, medium. Like it just depends. It's on a case by case basis. So please don't take that and misconstrue it. But at the end of the day, if you're a family member or a best friend or somebody, it's different when you're on the internet versus when it's real life. Like there's different levels of confrontation and shit. So at the end of the day, like if somebody's not fucking with my sister or my mama and I love them and I'm fucking with them of course I'm not gonna fuck with you. That's a loyalty that you can't disbreak. But like if we're cordial, like there's content creators up here right now that talk to other content creators that I may not talk to. But that doesn't mean I'm going to say, oh, I can't fuck with you because you fuck with this person. But that's what people want you to think because this is the things that they do. Because if a person comes over here right now and they fuck with somebody else and they don't normally be over here, those people are going to be mad at them. I would never do nothing like that. I would never. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the
Yep.
day,
Yep.
I'm not even watching what's really going on over there like that. Like I did peek in and out of things. Like I'm not no liar. Y'all know
Mm-hmm.
me nosy as fuck. Of course I'm gonna look. So why wouldn't I? But I didn't say
Mm-hmm.
it because I just couldn't take it. Because for what? Like I had Krishan over here. Why am I worried about Karlissa? Where's she at? Fuck all of that. I'm worrying about what Krishan's doing. And if Krishan
Mm-hmm.
goes somewhere, then you believe I'm gonna be over there, hitting the link, all that, asking to come up, DMing, whatever I got to do. So it don't even matter.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. As long as you ain't over there talking, as long as you ain't over there talking about them and trying to do and trying to do all that, then it's fine. That's what DJ Scott was trying to let Krishan know. Look,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't doing none of this talking about you and stuff. And yeah,
Right.
at first when I was like, okay, because we all know, okay, they all on Zeus, blah blah this, blah that, and she was with Bobby and Jayla and Scotty. Okay, at first, yeah, I was like, they see her online doing all this stuff. But then you also got to think a person that is not
if they have low self-esteem and stuff, they are going to try to be friends and be around other people. But it doesn't mean that, okay, Scotty or so and so, they don't like Krishan, or they doing this to get back at Krishan. It doesn't mean that, and I had to tell myself that too. But as long as you are not over there talking about the person that you consider a friend with this person that you know are not as not their friend, that goes for on this online, the blogs and different stuff, then you fine. Cause I'm the same way. I'm nosy as hell. Be
Mhm.
everywhere, everywhere. But I'm not finna go and say, oh well, she said this and blah blah this and talk about this person, talk about that person. I'm not finna do that.
Me either. And
Exactly.
I shut people
Exactly.
down when they do
Right.
that. As I've been saying
Exactly.
all night on this live, because I don't want to hear this tomorrow about what I said about the Carletta or Henny, or I didn't say nothing about nobody. So don't go saying
Mm-hmm.
nothing I said, and I didn't bring these people up in nothing that they said because I can't even see the shit that they're saying. So please don't
Right.
come
Please
bringing no
don't.
drama over here because I don't got time
Please.
for it.
Sure don't. You don't have time for it at all. At all, please.
I
Please.
got my own shit going
I
on.
Sometimes it just stuff gets made out to be
What
way
up,
more than it is.
Octavia? What's up, girl?
Hey, Octavia. No, she's not a
Hey,
liar and pimping from the pulpit.
Say
Octavia.
less. Say less.
Oh,
And ooh,
I tell
okay.
you.
Let me
Okay, there
drop
go
the
your
link to
answer.
Octavia.
There
I'm
go your
weak.
answer. No, she's not. No,
So for
she's not.
anybody that wants to know if Miss
that's
Faith
just
is a minister, her sister has confirmed that she is not. And
Thank you,
she is pimping
Octavia.
from the pulpit, baby. So I didn't say it
Now
herself.
it makes sense.
oh,
hell
again, in
Mhm.
Romans it says, "I suffer a woman not to teach or usurp authority over men in the churches." That don't mean that you can't be the boss at your job or you can't direct men in your work field. But it specifically said in the churches, women are not supposed to be the leaders. They
Yeah, he
have
Mhm.
other
definitely said
roles.
in the
But
I
last days.
agree.
that's not supposed to be their role. So you me when you are direct in violation of the very thing you're supposed to stand for.
Well, he said in the
I
last days
guess
he would pour his
that
gifts over to his sons
I
and
guess
his
we got
daughters.
different views on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
it's
lot of
still a
people gonna
part.
have different
Yeah.
views.
Yeah.
But when I was brought
Exactly.
up in church, and they are, but when I was brought up in church, I was brought up the same way. You can't wear pants to church. A woman shouldn't lead church. I was raised up in a Southern Baptist church. So it was
Seven Day
really,
Adventist church is
you
like that
know.
too. Seven Day Adventist
When
is
I
like
go
that.
to
My dad
a
is a Seven Day Adventist pastor, and they are very much like that.
yeah, but it does says in the last days he shall rain his gifts shall fall into his sons and his daughters. So we still
Yeah.
have where things are going
Indeed.
to
Yeah,
change
yeah.
with the time.
Yeah, it's different
Women
views. A
women
lot of
can be
people do that.
prophetess. Yes.
Yeah, it's up.
Miriam was
Yes,
a
it's
prophetess.
very different views. But now that's a whole total spinoff from pimping in the pulpit. So
A
that's
whole hell of a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, yeah.
so
Judith was a prophetess. Yes.
Octavia then threw a whole dumbbell in the whole situation.
We
No,
did.
this ain't even.
Regina
We on
said,
a
That
whole
we could
different
take
level.
the church out of it completely at this point.
We
But
on a whole
still,
Yeah.
different level of praising God, ministering, everything. 'Cause
yeah, because Jesus came with a different package. That's what he is.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got different.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you,
oh,
Judith was a prophetess and a strong
she
one.
she said no, she's not. Octavia said no, she's not again. She's
Yeah,
not
she's
none of
standing
that.
on it.
She,
None of that.
Octavia's
she's a pimp.
standing 10 toes on it.
Yeah.
So
Octavia
Well,
is
her
standing
sister
I
ten
are
feel
toes.
twins.
sorry. I feel sorry for her then. If she's going around being a false prophet, then I feel sorry for her then. Not
But I
only
feel sorry for
Carlissa, I feel
a
sorry
lot
for
of
her
people.
too.
Yeah, I feel sorry for a lot of
Oh,
people. And because for the
Octavia.
simple fact that anybody in this whole situation, they believe that you don't reap what you sow. You definitely reap what you sow. Everything that's
For sure.
spewed out, all the hate and everything, it will do a 360 and come back on you. I wouldn't care if you are an atheist. You reap what you sow. Point blank. I don't reap stuff. I reap what I sow. And then I look at stuff that people are doing now, and I be like, now if it was me, God, cause honey, you people will reap what they sow. Everybody that has talked about Krishan Jesus, first of all, I would just stop and think about and look at the situation. Think about some of the people that's been talked and done evil against Krishan and Krishan Jesus. Come on now.
But
I
that's
would
how deep
stop.
they are in this demonized demonic
I want
thing.
to
They
ask
don't see.
Octavia a
I
question.
wanna.
Are you
Me
are
too. Do you mind if I
are
ask a
you
question real quick?
I don't know if you've seen, the live yesterday with your sisters, but after seeing that and after seeing Carlissa's to
Girl,
be ready
yeah.
act, do you give her grace? Do you say we should give her grace? You can come up or you can answer in the chat. I just want to know, do you feel
I
that she
also have a
deserves
question
any
too.
grace
What Tay say?
based on what
I
she
have
did
a
yesterday?
I
I have
wish
a
she'd
question
come
Guys,
too.
up.
wait, wait,
Oh,
wait,
She
I
wait,
was
wish
wait.
she
saying that
would.
she was saying that her sister is not a minister. I saw a picture of her in a cap and gown, and I believe it was from a school of ministry. Where did she graduate from?
Hold up, because it's two different sisters. Because she
That was
just
on
graduated.
Bourbon Street.
Octavia just had
That was
a
on
gown
Bourbon.
and cap on her picture
The
too.
what?
No, the picture I was looking at was
It's supposed to be
definitely
70.
Oh,
Oh, well,
okay.
Faith's page.
On Faith
It was
page. Okay,
definitely on
cool.
Faith page. It was definitely Faith.
no, Tori, that's not what,
Oh, you gonna have to
that's
mute.
a,
Can you
huh?
mute your mic, ma'am? Can you mute your mic, hon?
Who?
Somebody's talking to somebody in the background.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I just want to know, what's really tea? I'm about to pull up the live of Karlissa responding to the Q&A, because obviously a lot of people haven't seen that, or it's got swept under the rug or something.
You got a good
I
question
don't
for
know.
her too. I don't know if she's still in the chat, but do she give her grace?
78
Right.
tomorrow.
Are you giving her grace? Because I want to
No, I was
know.
talking to her.
She said
She said
no.
it's
78.
it's
She
me.
said it's me, Grace.
You the grace.
Period. So that's what I'm saying. So, everybody's opinions is different and everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but ain't nobody giving her grace. I'm not giving her any, and I don't give a fuck how she feels anyways. She's done for in my eyes. So guys, this is the live where Karlissa went live after the Q&A, and I'm gonna just play it and we'll stop it as we go.
Now, if they didn't have kids and they wanted to go do their whole Bobby Brown with their life, it's their fucking prerogative. But all of my kids have kids. I'm going to repeat that one more time. All of my kids have kids. I have bust every one of their asses and the people that they chose to have children with. You know why? Because if you can't handle me, how the fuck you gonna handle Journey? If you want bad things to happen to your husband's mother, if you and your family sitting over there plotting on consequences because your husband's mother.
Mommy
So
in the chat
sis,
is
mommy told you to
always
behave.
Hold up 1 second. Is mommy in the chat your mom?
Yeah, because she told Hot Tea Hot Chocolate to behave. It was
Right.
mommy.
No. That's my mommy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
your
She said she
Yeah.
good lady.
She
Oh,
told you and Love and War. She told you and Love and War to behave. That's your
Yeah,
mommy? Okay.
that's my mommy. But I think she's saying that that's what they call her mommy too. But I just wanted to pause it right there because I'm trying to understand what is she talking about? How does if you don't like me, you ain't gonna be able to handle you ain't gonna be able to handle Journey. How does that go together? Like, can somebody help me?
These things do not correlate. Karlissa is in this delusional world where she thinks that she is the standard of something. So it's like, oh, if you can't handle me, how can you handle Journey? If you can't deal with me, how you going to be able to be with my son. Ma'am, you are a non-factor, and that's the biggest problem, that she has not come to the realization that she is a non-factor, that life will go on without her approval, without her injecting herself, without her trying to take charge, without her trying to be the center of attention. Life will go on, and she's having a hard time wrapping her head around not being the main character in everybody's story. And that's a big part of her delusion.
Yeah, she definitely has delusions of grandeur.
I think she's trying to insinuate this, some going like, if you can't handle me and you want to do these things to me, if Journey grow up to be just like me, then how you gonna handle her? First of all, why are you trying to even speak that on that child if she's gonna have
trying to groom her?
Like, you trying to right? Like, if you can't handle me, you can't handle me. How you gonna handle a Journey? Like, what is a baby?
That
She's
don't
still
even
a
got
baby.
nothing to do with nothing.
Right. That's why
Mm.
Jaden need to keep her kids away from this lady.
She's not.
Something to say. How you gonna handle my granddaughter? You understand where I'm going with this?
No.
How are these people gonna be able to handle my grandkids?
And we don't.
That already act like me, that already move like me, that already got smart mouths like me. You're not gonna be able to handle one of them, and then the next thing you know, I'm gonna have to be in prison. Why? Because you want one of my grandkids to have consequences, because you don't have enough love and patience in your heart to understand where the fuck I'm coming from as a mother. Now, I know you just became a mother and this is all new to you, but how you gonna wish bad on the man's mama? It ain't like I went and robbed.
When did Krishan wish bad on her?
That's what I was about to say. Where is she getting that from?
She's lying.
She keeps saying, she keeps talking about when Krishan said, die out, die, go away. Like, she keeps running with that. That's what she's talking about. Krishan never said that she want her to die. She mean die out, go somewhere, get out of here.
Oh, she's
That's what
just
she's
more
running with.
delusional shit. That's all. It's just more delusional shit.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
all she do is make up shit, push narratives.
It just show you that
she's
prayer
saying-
work. And she getting
and
ate
she's
up
saying
in
here-
her private time. She is.
And kids need to understand consequences. So, are you teaching your grandkids life? There are definitely consequences in life. If you touch that hot stove, the consequences is you're gonna get burnt.
Mm-hmm.
So there are consequences in life for children and adults. And the problem is, Karlissa never holds herself accountable. Of course, she don't think that there should be consequences for her.
It's the fact that she bragging that they just like her for me. That ain't no flex, ho. It definitely ain't.
It's really not. Like,
it's really not.
It is not something to be proud of. Like, this is crazy. This needs to be worked on. This needs to be looked at. This is not a good thing at all.
No, it's absolutely not. Why Jaden Brown can't even keep her eyes open?
Literally.
Karlissa needs to be a case.
Literally.
She should be a case study.
Yeah,
Robbed you or stole
Definitely.
from you or
Definitely.
kidnapped one of your kids. You and your family wishing bad on me because I don't agree with the shenanigans.
No, because you talk about her baby. Stop
I never
gaslighting.
wish bad on you or your kids.
What?
Yes, she
never
did.
wish bad on her and her kid.
She called.
You are full. This lady is full of shit. She's full of shit. I don't want to hear it. She's full of shit.
Before Krishan Jesus was born, she called Krishan Hagar. And she called Krishan Jesus baby Hagar. That right there in itself is putting Jesus as the unchosen. She's trying to say that he needs to be discarded into the wilderness, because that's what Hagar and her son was. They were discarded into the wilderness. So she's a liar and a manipulator. Yeah, she and
Now you
before
see,
he was
that's
even
not
born,
gonna
she
work
called
because
him
Journey is a handful.
the day
She's
he was
probably
born. She
not
called
gonna
him
be
baby Hagar.
as friendly. Javon is a handful. They're not friendly children. I do ask Callie's kid's father too. I check on everybody with the same. I check everybody's temperature to see how they're gonna move around my grandkids. Because if you gonna have a problem with one of my grandkids that's not your grandkid, I'm gonna take care of that right now. We're not going any further. There's no reason to go any further. If one of them don't got a problem with one of my grandkids. So how are you going to manage having stepchildren when you can't even love his mama, whether you can't stand me or not? I ain't never did nothing to you, but give you the same energy you have always given.
I want to
It
know
is
why
something
she's
so
sitting
wrong
up
with
here
her.
lying. Like, why is she playing these games? This is what I'm
It is
saying
something
about.
wrong with her. Like
This is what I mean by she knows what she's doing. There's no such thing as she is talking out of anger. She's frustrated and overwhelmed with her life and this, that, and the other. Baby, please. This lady is gaslighting, manipulating, and playing with people who
exactly.
she feels she can play with. Now, whether or not she can really play with you or not is up to you, right? But she goes and plays around with people who she feels she can play with. She knows not to play with us, period. She know who to play with, and that's just that on that. I'll stand on that. She know who to
Right.
play with.
Why she don't come over here and click the link? Click the
I
link,
don't think
Carlissa.
she
You in
know
the
I
group?
don't even
Click the
want her
link.
to click the link because it's
No,
like
And
ma'am.
and then
No, ma'am.
Carlissa,
No,
you in the
ma'am.
chat, Hagar's son was the firstborn. He wasn't the second-born son. The second-born son was Isaac, the chosen one, the one who got the birthright. So, are you really referring to the right grandchild as baby Hagar when you said that? Because she doesn't know biblical scripture. She just spew out nasty, hateful rhetoric. So if she's in the chat, you sitting there, you saying things like that, you don't know what you talk. So you need to realize who you really referring to as baby Hagar. Okay?
if
Because
you in the chat, just please sit down, shut the fuck up, don't comment shit because you might get
Don't
removed.
touch
Don't click the
nothing.
link, don't touch nothing, don't speak to nobody, don't do anything. Just sit there and listen and get this lashing that you deserve because this ain't no game over here, please.
Me. These people don't know why you don't like me, but we know why
you
you
talk
don't like
about this girl baby like a dog.
And it's not a good enough reason for you to be hoping and wishing bad on me.
She
that
didn't
means
hope.
that you're gonna do that to one of
Thank
his
you,
kids.
Candace, for the super chat. Hi, everybody.
So
And where did
how
she
am
get
I
that
ever just
from?
gonna
That's her
on us
conscience.
to
Where did
embrace
she get
you
that
and your
from?
family when I know you can't handle his kids? I know you can't handle being a stepmother. I know you can't handle sharing him with his kids.
Thank you for becoming a member.
Look at her.
Girl, the baby mama who has the other kids don't want to share him being a parent with his other kid. What are you even talking about? What are you even?
And what do she have to do with it? I could not like her and still embrace his children. It's you that's the goofy bitch, not the kids.
Didn't she curse out her stepdaughter, Lay? And
Yes,
called her
she
all
did.
kinds of okay. So
She called her all kind of rotten crotch, everything under the sun. She went in on her. Talked
But
about her
those are
teeth.
the indications to let people know something ain't right with her. Because all the stuff that the ladies say is in reverse to the things that she actually does. If you guys listen to her, all of this stuff that she talks about is this she talking to herself out loud, pretty much. She
Exactly
talks
what
about
she's
her own
doing.
stepkids.
Somebody
She
said,
literally
nah,
don't.
let yourself be seen. Come to LA. We just want to talk to you.
Oh yes, I just
wanna
want to
talk
talk,
to you.
Carlissa.
It's to come outside. We not gonna jump you.
We
We
ain't
not
gonna
gonna
jump
jump
you.
you.
Hey, Angel.
Oh, she
Hey,
said she
sis.
don't know. Octavia said she
I
don't know how
love
to
that.
come up. You
Oh,
see
hit
the
the link,
link? It says,
Octavia. Come up.
hold up.
You gotta
Yeah.
hit the link, Octavia, and then sign in with your Gmail or your YouTube account.
YouTube account. Oh yeah, come up here, girl.
It would be a pleasure to talk to her.
For real.
And then her stepson didn't even want to bring the stepson, what's it, Sterl's son, didn't even want to bring their child to the house. He's like, I have to come over here first to make sure it's safe. What type of stepmother
sure
are you
did.
with your stepson his child to your house.
Right.
I'm
She
telling
keeps
you, she
talking.
talking to herself out loud. That's what she doing.
She keep on talking
Ooh,
about what
it's a
somebody
lot.
gonna do with the.
Karlissa showed you who she is.
Yep.
That part.
I DM'd it to you too, Octavia, the link for you to come up. But she said,
But
oh, she right
I
here. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
okay.
Hey, Octavia. You're on the stage,
Hi,
girl.
how are
Hi.
you?
What up? What
Hi,
Hi,
up?
welcome to the
Octavia.
stage.
Welcome
Hi.
to the stage, Octavia.
Thank
Girl,
you.
so you Grace? Because I'm trying to figure out who the hell
Hey.
Grace is that we supposed to be giving to Karlissa.
This is my take on it because I've watched her do this multiple times. I don't have any grace for her. I remember being pregnant and I was distraught that my nephew was going to prison. And then I had my son and she asked me, would I go visit Andre in prison? And I was like, no, I'm a first time mom. I'm a new mom. I'm taking like 19 units over the summer so I can hurry up and get my first degree. I just don't have time for that. And I don't want my son ever in a prison. I'm never going to introduce my son to a prison. And she was like, well, I hope your son goes to jail so you know how it feels.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Like who's what?
Me too in my DMs. I gotta go find that.
So what, Grace, again? I'm
So,
curious.
so there's no
Wow.
grace. This is who Karlissa is, and I'm not being funny. And I don't like talking about my sisters. Majority of the time, I have been silent on social media because I just know that that's who they are. Not being shady, but I have two sets of family. My mom and dad were married. My parents split. My dad had other kids. Me and my siblings have never had a physical fight with one another. We've never disrespected each other. We've never called each other bitches and hoes and niggas. We may disagree on stuff, but it's just a disagreement. We will talk about it, and it's not even yelling. I've never had to yell at my sisters. My sisters has never had to yell at me. My brothers has never had to yell at me. But y'all see the lengths that Carlissa goes to, and that's just who she is as a person. That's the core of her.
Right. She's always been like this, right? Or is she just, do you feel like she's acting a lot of the times when she's switching her personalities? Or is that something that she normally has been doing? Like she just has different personalities?
No, Carlissa has bust my mother's windows out and then popped up like 2 days later, like she just didn't bust my mother's windows out and cost her money.
Oh, wow.
So
So
this is
how
not a
do
new
you have grace
behavior.
for a person that
This
don't
No,
even
is
respect
this
their mom?
isn't new. This is who she really is. She's
okay,
not
so
on
this
her
isn't a
Twitter.
new behavior. Has it gotten
No,
worse in your opinion, or has it always been this bad?
no, it's consistent. I mean, I can give her that. She's consistent.
Wow.
So at no point when the kids were younger or anything did she act better than this.
No, there's been no difference. There's been no growth. There's been no maturity. She has been consistent.
Mm.
So when you guys got
So did
introduced to
she
her
down?
going live, nobody was shocked or surprised. We're like, oh yeah. Listen, I knew Wack before Carlissa did. And so me and Wack
Oh,
were at court, one of Jonathan's first court appointments. And I had a conversation with Wack. I said, Carlissa is about to come to court. She's mad at me because she thinks that I gave her the wrong address, but I forgot that you told me that it was in Compton and I was thinking downtown Temple. So I was like, at the last minute, I hit the 105 to get to the Compton court. I said, Wack, don't give Carlissa your number. Don't tell Carlissa nothing about John. Keep it brief and short with her. He's like, yeah, 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 I hear you, yada, yada, yada. When Carlissa acted a fool, Wack FaceTimed me and he said, I can't even say nothing. He was like, this is all on me. This is 100% on me because you told me. He said, you told me that this was happening. I knew you told me, but I did not think that it was going to happen. And I did not think it was going to happen this soon.
Damn.
mm.
That's a thing, no shame.
Mm, mm, mm,
That's one of the family members you gotta warn people about in advance.
That's why
That's
she
bad.
liked
Very much.
Chastity. They
Yes,
seem
I
just
had to
alike.
warn him about her.
That's why she liked Chastity so much, because she acts
Yep.
like Chastity.
Because you got to warn people about her too. Like, you know, you be like, "Call me to my aunt's house. Listen, when you go in there, don't say too much to her. She start talking crazy and da, 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 da." Everybody got that one person they know that you got to forewarn people about. You got to give them a little instruction manual, and she's that person. Don't look her right in the eyes, and you know, like,
Don't tell her your
man.
damn business.
Actually got the same demons in them. That's what the problem is, baby. Because yeah, they just
That right
Put
there.
your wallet.
So Octavia, do you know anything about, I don't know if this is anything you can disclose or whatever, but did she do whatever she said she was going to do for Dre yesterday when she supposedly went to court? Did she bail him out? Did she get an attorney? Did she do anything for her kids while she up here constantly playing around with somebody else's kid?
I don't talk to her. I have literally nothing to say to her. I don't wish her any ill will. I don't wish her anything. I have nothing to say to her.
Period.
Gotcha, Roger that.
I can respect that. I respect that.
How did you feel about her performance yesterday?
I think it was just a performance. I think I'm a mom of a young black son. And I remember before Andre caught the manslaughter case, he was on probation for a gun charge. And he ran away. And I was like, "So are you going to go get your son? Like, he's over at Bob and Nikki's house. Like, you need to go snatch him up and make him come home." And she was like, "I'm done with him." And I was like, if that was my son, I would call his probation officer, because I would rather my son sit in a juvenile hall center instead of the real jail and get a taste of what it's like. And maybe that'll change his mind. And she's like, "I'm done with him. Whatever. He can do whatever it is that he wants to do." And I was like, "Yeah, I would just have to call my child's parole officer, probation officer, and they'll just be mad at me." But that's me trying to get my child to go the right way so I can say I did the best that I could do. But she was like, "I wash my hands of Andre. I'm done with him." So for her to do this, I think it was just performative.
That's how I
really
feel
do.
too.
Me too.
The crying, it gave acting, and it really was Tubi version. Like, it was horrible. Like, it was almost like, come on now, y'all falling for that? Like, that's how I felt. Like, come on now.
Well, we
That's why I
see
couldn't
why.
ever. I was like, you know what? I'm out
Yep.
of here. Because
Well, we see why she
honestly,
ain't make it.
she's full of shit. Like, she knows what she's doing, and there's no way that you can skip everything that you've done and just go straight to having a relationship with Krishan or Blueface in the baby if you haven't even taken accountability for the things that you've done to John, you know, to be respectful to you,
to your
to
own
him,
kids.
or to you know, you said about his son, much less, you know, skipping over all that and then going straight to Krishan. Like, that don't work no way. I ain't see one tear. It definitely gave, let me see if I can get a pity party, and she
Definitely
pretty much
did.
got what she was looking for.
But that's why we see why her acting career didn't take off in Hollywood, because she sucks at it.
I wonder is that same cry she did when Andre said that she got the phone call from Wack, and then she just fell out like all dramatically and stuff like that.
Yep, that was what he said.
Probably so.
Mm-hmm.
Them tears stopped quick as they started. If
It sure
anything
did.
ever came out, crazy word.
I think she just doesn't, in order for the tears to flow, she's going to have to take some accountability. And I just don't think that even remotely possible to get herself there to say, "You know what, maybe I did," not even just like, maybe I did do some things wrong, not a just flat out like, "I wasn't the best mother that I could be." You're never going to get her to say, "Maybe I did do some things wrong." Every mother knows you're not perfect. You're going to do some things wrong. You're going to mess some things up. But she won't even admit to that. She tells you, "I was the perfect mother. I did everything."
Yeah, she said she
That's
did
exactly
everything
what
and
she
nobody
does.
helped her, and y'all know
And
John
I
dad
slept in
wasn't
the
there.
car and they
I was,
ate my chicken, and
yeah,
yep.
I kept
Oh,
my
I'm so
kids
tired
away
of
from
that.
gang banging and ma'am,
Right.
let's not go there because you're lying. You're
I am
lying.
so tired of that chicken story that I'm about ready to go order a KFC,
And get
like
her a piece of
anything,
chicken.
whatever. Huh? Like I'm
For
straight ready
real.
to go buy her some smothered chicken or something. Like I'm so tired of hearing about the last piece of chicken.
I'm gonna need Jaden to just go on to her publicly. She's thankful for her giving them that last piece of chicken. I'm
I
sick of
keep
this.
asking
I
Jaden.
would like
I
for her to say it publicly. I agree with you. Just come on out, tell her thank you.
In fact, she need
Send
to
us some
make
chicken.
she need to make that her next hit. There you go, Jaden. There you go.
look one day.
My last piece of
One,
chicken. Just like a Barbie. Hey, what?
one
Come
night
on.
Jaden was on live. I asked Jaden, "Can you please go get your kid's grandmama another piece of chicken or something? Can you just buy her up a couple of pieces of chicken or whatever? Because I'm so tired of hearing her talk about you in this
Right.
chicken."
Drop off a bucket of chicken when you drop off the kids next time.
Exactly.
Like, sheesh.
But you guys talk about Carlissa, not realizing she wants you guys to talk about her.
Mm-hmm.
She likes it. Carlissa gets a kick off of it.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I don't think that's what I said. She does it on purpose. That's exactly why I titled this Carlissa Know What She Be Doing, because she knows that if one day there's majority, like she'll watch her numbers, right? She'll see, okay, I got 200 people here today, and they're probably mad at me because I said something about Krishan Jesus yesterday. So then today she'll get on live with that in the back of her head, and then she'll say, and I ain't getting on here to talk about none of my grandkids. So make sure y'all don't get on here talking about my grandkids. Then that'll cause people, the traffic to start pouring in. She'll see the numbers going up. And the moment she sees those numbers going up, now her mind changes to let me say something and go viral. So then she'll play it off and say, like she reading the comment. Oh, Krishan Jesus eyes is far apart. Now y'all know my baby eyes ain't far apart. She do
Right.
it on purpose. Like it's just so
Exactly.
obvious. It's so
Yeah.
obvious. And I know that she wants people to talk about her. That's why majority of the time when it's something that's really irrelevant and doesn't need to be reposted, I don't even give her the time of day. But
We
a lot
don't
of
talk
the
about her.
time
Yep.
when she's getting posted, it's to put it on the record. Because imagine half of the things that she said that if we don't, show everybody that she's saying, she'll get away with it because there's no receipt of her saying it because we looked over it and let it slide and we didn't address it, or I didn't go live,
Yep.
or somebody else didn't go live, or somebody didn't
Exactly.
post it. We
Mhm.
got to be able to
Carlissa
back
needs
it
some
up
mental help.
sometimes.
That
Yeah.
woman needs she needs some
Yep.
mental help.
She
Seriously.
will come up here and tell us that she didn't say something that we all saw her say. She will
I
see it
seen that in
posted
the
everywhere of herself saying it and get up there and say, I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Or she
But you
did
know
say
what?
or
something
no,
against
that's
her.
that's not what I meant. You guys took what I said and tried to flip it around. No.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
not what we did.
But you know what? I've asked other content creators, I'm like, why do y'all keep reposting her negative stuff that she keeps saying? I'm like, the more and more y'all keep giving this energy, the more and more she's gonna do it. Whether it's the hate page, if the hate pages keep reposting, let them do that. But if we supposed to be supporting Krishan, why are we steadily, like repeating or reposting her garbage that she's saying? I'm like, that's not supporting Krishan in any type of way because she's gonna see this. And I'm like, and if we trying to, set the tone and, like show her some support and some love, why are we steadily reposting all this negative stuff? Like even with the Ronnie stuff or whatever. I'm like, why do y'all keep on entertaining this? Because even though y'all trying to, say something against it, it's still giving it power. It's still fueling it. It's still
But
helping
it
it to
doesn't,
grow.
it people got to understand this too. If you're not a content creator, you don't really see it from a content creator's point of view. If I don't post it, it's still on another content
Yeah.
creator's page, right? So
And
you
then
got
y'all
to
have to
understand,
remember, yep.
depending on whose page it's on, there's a narrative being pushed. So in
Right.
order for it to there to be something debunking it, we got to post it too, whether it's negative or not. I know sometimes it
Mhm.
frustrates people or you don't want to see it. But at the same time, if I see something on the hate pages, 9 times out of 10, I'm ignoring it, right? But
Right.
sometimes in this case right here, if we don't say anything, now everybody's going to say, oh, Ronnie's auntie is saying, yeah, the baby looks like
Right.
the grandma, and they know who the baby mama is, baby daddy is, and Karlissa agreed. So there's nothing on
Right.
the record of nobody defending Krishan because everybody's giving Karlissa grace all of a sudden, and then now there's nothing to help Krishan's
Right.
argument.
But
Yeah,
this usually
and
be
then
this
not just that, we get like a million DMs from people DMing it to us,
Right.
and
right.
you also kind of get tired of responding to the same thing over and over. So okay, if I just make a post and debunk this right here, they can all look
Right.
right here, and I don't have to keep repeating myself for something that they know they already really have the answer to.
And
Mm-hmm.
see, like I love, like Banger. I love, Hot Tea, Hot Chocolate. I definitely love like how y'all do y'all content when y'all are reposting it. But a lot of the ones that I'm talking about are the ones where it's not like they debunking it. Like they sharing stuff from House of Blues or sharing something, like
Mm-hmm.
from the circus of, you know what I'm saying? Like actual page like Corey Lombardi and all of that stuff. And it's like, why are we sharing this? I'm like, that it's filled with hate. You know what they're not trying, it's like they just helping to fuel that train. Like, and I don't be understanding it. Like
I
some
get it.
things
I
I
can't
do
speak for
understand.
them.
Yeah, but I get it though, because sometimes it gets
Yeah.
frustrating for me to have to post it. I didn't even want to do this live. I've been trying to take a couple days off. I got a couple kids with sick strep throat, and my throat been feeling
Right.
a little raspy. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta go live though, because it's like if we don't, it's like it's just out there lingering and we didn't say anything. And if the whole
Mm-hmm.
purpose is to stand 10 toes, that means when something comes up that's like this, we gotta go and do our 10 toes thing. So I'm gonna do it every time. And
Right.
unfortunately, sometimes it may come over well with a lot of people, and sometimes a lot of people may say, I don't want to see it, I don't want to hear it, but hey, that's on them. The
Exactly.
majority of people are requesting me to do this. They're
Yeah.
requesting me.
Yep.
People are supporting and pushing and wanting to stand up to these people because this sector is sensitive. I'm sorry. Krishan's sector is super sensitive. They're super guilty feeling,
Emotional.
emotional,
Yes.
cry babies. I'm not with
Yes.
all that. I'm not no victim. I'm not crying about nothing. I don't give a fuck. I just don't. I never will. Because at the end of the day, if it was your child, how would you feel? That's how I look at it.
Right.
Because if somebody play with my kid, it's all gloves off, and I wouldn't give a damn if you made it to today or tomorrow playing with
Hmm.
mine.
Exactly.
You
So
better
You
I
say
definitely
Yep.
believe, and
you
Krishan
definitely
get out here
cannot
and
be on
say
the
these things like that. Thank you so
right.
much, Butterfly, for the super sticker. I totally appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for helping me reach my super chat goal. I appreciate you guys.
And
And
But
then
sometimes
you
you
know what else too?
definitely
Like if
about
you like let's say something happens, right? And it's not necessarily the best event that you want to cover or talk about. Sometimes having it so that this way when the incident rearises, you can go back to your own stuff and say, look, we talked about this last year in February. Here it is. We already talked
right.
about this. You can let it go. It's already here. We already debunked it. Let's not revisit this because it's already over with.
and sometimes people have their own opinion. So when they have it posted, they rather not comment on the hate pages, but have something to say on the Krishan support page. So it's always divided in that part where some of us want to see it, some of us don't want to see it when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to content. So some
Right.
comment and say stuff to Carlissa, under the content because they know she reads the comments. So you give them the opportunity to do that without having to go on the hate pages and do it.
Right,
Right.
right, right.
I just be confused when
Yep.
they sharing it from the hate pages. Like it's one thing like doing it from her lives or like doing it the way how we do it, but
Right.
it's a whole nother when you sharing it from an actual hate
Oh
page.
no, I don't share
That's
from
what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
we
I'm not
all
doing
blocked,
that.
so I don't even know who the hell who.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I don't
couldn't.
know who
Majority of us is blocked, so I know for sure you might be on the wrong page, sis.
all
Because
yeah, I'm definitely
them
part of
motherfuckers
the
got us
black crew.
all
Yeah,
blocked.
I'm definitely in the block gang.
If you
Right.
stand
I'm
10
part of the
toes, you
black
can't even see their page.
Right, I'm part of the black crew, but a lot of times, like people who I be, following, sometimes I see it from nerds. But yeah, I'm blocked from a lot of people's pages, and Karlissa is one of them.
I tell you,
Child, I
it's
think
still
Carlissa has blocked everybody.
Okay.
She got so mad at me because I'm gonna speak the truth that she posted me on her Instagram. Like she went on my
Ooh.
page, took a screenshot of me, and posted me on her. I'm like, this lady is crazy for real.
Wait a minute, Octavia, she blocked me because I was following you. I was cracking up. She was like, anybody following that? And her, and I'm gonna block. And sure enough, I got blocked. I was like, damn.
That's why she mad at me too. Well, one of the reasons, because I
But how
always
are
post
you? How are
Octavia.
you? How do you? If I'm blocked, how does she know that you're following me with her
because what
911
she
fake pages?
because
She
what
will
she does is she
unblock you
go
to
make
be
a
nosy.
yeah, what she do
That's what
is she
she do
make
to me.
yeah, she make troll pages. And then she
Yeah.
goes under those troll pages and
Yep.
that's how she able to see. And then she get to, screenshotting and writing names and then also too she had Bree as, her little lap dog, her little slave.
Hmm.
And she goes around and start looking, for everybody that's following. Like I got the first time when she did that mass block, she blocked me because I was following Hot Tea Hot Chocolate. I got blocked the first time. Then she unblocked a lot of people. Then when you heard and Carletta was going toe to toe, I got blocked again because I was following you and Carletta.
I'm
So
just
yeah.
like, that's you want to be talked about, but then you're blocking people that are talking about you. Like, which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
She wants us all to talk about her in a specific way, and when we won't go
Yeah.
along with that narrative, she'll block us. I got blocked because I told her Krishan prayed for all three of the children. It's Javon, Journey, and Krishan Jesus Porter. Why would she say each one's last name individually? So that was like the third time she re-blocked me, and she hasn't
Mm-hmm.
unblocked me since then. She'll unblock me
She
periodically.
unblocked
And
majority of the people here because they follow me. She literally will tell you and say it out loud. If you follow that hot chocolate page, I'm gonna block you. And she just said
Mm-hmm.
recently that every page, that every person that follows me, but even though she's lying, but she still is blocking a lot of people. She's not blocking them all because it's
mhm.
impossible, but she does have a lot of people blocked. But one morning I caught her ass early in the morning. She accidentally liked something while she was blocking people because she will block me and unblock me. And when I seen that she was liking, I instantly blocked her ass so quick. So now I can go and unblock her whenever I want, get the content, and go block her ass back. So I know she
Yeah.
hate that. And I will go and send her shit and then block her real quick so she can see it. Like, yeah, but she doing too much. She doing too much.
Yeah, so now she got a page dedicated from your sister. She's faking like she's your sister Faith. So that's how a lot of times
Hmm.
I'm able to see her lives and stuff now. So when she be live, sometimes I be turning her up, but I be trying to do it like in a nice way so that she don't be like, oh yeah, block. But a lot of times her comments is going so fast and she be so distracted that a lot of times she can't even see what we like really really saying. So I be like trying to tag her in or whatever. But yeah, if you like trying to take her for the baby or if you like calling her on her shit, yeah, you getting blocked. So I be trying to play it. I be trying to keep it a little cute, but a little nasty or whatever too. Like, you wrong for the stuff that
You got hit her with the
You guys know
nicety.
something? What I
Yeah.
know, what I noticed in that live with Hennessy, and Carletta, and Treese and them was that Carlissa is she's one special individual. Like even though they were asking her other questions and she was speaking on Dre, she still made the conversation about
About
Krishan. And I'm like, this woman is obsessed. Like you really have to be obsessed to think, to have somebody on your brain 24/7. Like Krishan lives rent free in her head.
Yeah, it
Seriously.
was my
Mhm.
understanding that she was the person that brought Krishan up, right?
Yeah, she was.
Nobody brought Krishan up to her. She did that because she knows that, like, she was looking for a viral moment. Like, unfortunately, I'm sorry you didn't get it, but she was trying. She was trying,
Yeah,
but it
she
didn't
she
work.
was trying hard. She was trying hard. And I mean, I felt like, okay, Carletta, wasn't letting up when it came to the baby. But Carlissa response to it for for me was just, oh well, she speak of my son. First off, that's a grown ass man.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Hey, and that's his
Yeah,
That's
son.
not
that's
no
funny.
innocent child. That's a grown ass man. And guess what? They're together. They're married.
That belongs to her now. Anyway.
Right. She
But
she
the
got
crazy
papers on them.
but the crazy part is Jaden calling him a deadbeat and all of that stuff.
Oh,
She didn't
and
utter a word about that. Like
mm-mm.
she done said all type of stuff about Blue and she didn't got mad and stuff at Blue, but Carlissa do not touch that. But when it comes to Krishan, oh yeah. Oh, she talked about my son. She got him locked up. She did. She that. She kicked me in my face. She made my eyes permanently black. I'm like, lady, you should have never thrown nothing at you should have never threw nothing at her. Can't be like throwing stuff at people and then don't think that they're not gonna retaliate. But
And
I'm
not only
Blue's
that,
mother.
Girl,
What the fuck
and she
me?
does not want to take accountability, and
At
I think
all.
that's one of the problems, even when it comes to her sons. Carlissa gives off that I don't care about nothing. I'm not taking accountability for anything, for any of my actions, and that stuff rubs off on our kids. Like when you live that way, if that's how you brought them up.
Right, that they can do whatever they want and they don't have to suffer no consequences.
Exactly.
And then you
Journey
wonder
giving
why
her
they act like they do. Come on, man.
Journey giving her the blues right now.
And she's doing that on purpose. She teaching them to be bad on purpose. She is celebrating the fact that
Mhm.
they act like her on purpose, and that's weird to me. You should want them to be better than you, right?
Mhm.
Right? Isn't
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
what we
right.
do?
But
Octavia, would you go like on a Ayana fix my life with her? Fix our life
No,
or
I
whatever?
don't. I don't think that Carlissa is able to be fixed. I don't. I don't think it's
well,
possible to fix her. In order to be fixed, you have to tell the truth about yourself.
hmm
And she's not going to do that.
so what did your mom have to say about her? Like,
My
can
mom has
she?
been one, I used to ask my mom, why didn't she whoop them? So when they sit there and tell you that my mom whooped them, that's a lie. Because I remember my cousin, who's the same age as Carlissa, told my he was telling me like, "Oh, your mom's a punk." She was about to whoop them, and she started crying herself. And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds like my mom." Only person that really got whooped was my brother. The rest of us did not get whooped like that because my mom just was like, "Well, I was whooped as a kid, and I didn't like it, so I just wasn't gonna whoop my kids." And they needed their ass beat. That's part of the problem. My mom didn't beat their ass. And my mom just was like, well, if I say something as the mother, I'm wrong. If I press charges, I'm wrong. She was like, whatever I do, I'm gonna be wrong to somebody. And my aunts, my whole family just told my mom, like, don't talk to Carlissa, ignore Carlissa, don't say nothing to her, just leave her where she's at. And that these are my aunts saying this to my mom.
Wow.
Damn.
Crazy.
And you know what, Miss Octavia, to me that sounds about right. Because one minute Carlissa makes it seem like she has this horrible life and she was essayed and everything underneath the sun. And then in the next live is, oh, people weren't raised like me. I had great parents. I have my mom and my dad, and my parents were always there. So it's like,
Which
which
one
one?
was it?
Yeah,
Was
which
she a
one was it?
terrible mom or was she a great one? Or was she
Mm-hmm.
in between? Like, what is it? You're never going to get the truth from Carlissa ever. She's just never going to tell you the truth. And I think that's just her delusion. She really like thinks that she was like a fairy princess somewhere and she's this millionaire goddess and all of her kids are lawyers, doctors and nurses and they're just the vice president and the president and the house and the senate in her eyes. Her kids are everything and everybody else is nothing. Instead of her just being like, you know what? I've done some things to my kids, and I don't even think that they're asking her to change. I think they're asking her to acknowledge what she's done, which I think most kids are probably going to ask their parents to apologize and be better. I think they're just asking her, like, acknowledge what you did to us, acknowledge how you raised us, validate our feelings, and maybe we can move on. But she can't even get to the point of telling them the truth. Like, yeah, I did mess y'all up. Maybe I wasn't the best parent. She can't even give them that so that
Right.
they can start to process their feelings and heal.
Yep, I agree.
And that's why I'm not shocked at the behavior, how she is with her own grandkid. If you don't care about your own kids, what more would you care about your other extended family? So when people get so upset with her, I sit back a lot of time and focus on the positive because Carlissa is a lost soul. She don't care about her own son, daughter, sons. She don't care about her other grandkids. She pretend to act like she care, but I've seen people like her before. She is a type of person you just got to keep your distance. Pay her absent, and I'm not saying for content creators. I'm just saying people in general. You just got
People
to
in
pay her
general.
no mind. She's a dangerous person that you just don't want no contact with at all. She's just not a person that you just want to associate
It's
with because
draining.
she's the person that can't be trusted. She's the person, if you don't love your own kids, I don't want you near me. That's straight up evil. And what's going to end up happening to her is going to be bad. But it's going to be, people are going to be like, I mean, I expected that or maybe worse because you just can't go through life just living like this, speaking like this, doing things like this, and just think that things are going to be like, oh, so grand for you. But that bubble that she lives in, when it get popped, it's gonna be a sad thing because that
It
lady got
is.
serious issues. She, to me, she's mental. She needs. I work in the hospital in nursing, and Carlissa is a 1013. That's a mentally ill patient. That's what she is. I don't pay her no
Mhm.
mind because I work with people like that. I gotta go to work tomorrow at 6:45 a.m. in the morning. I work with people like that all the time. That's why when she does things, I pay her no mind. I pay her no mind. She's a mental case. That girl got some bipolar schizophrenia. She have something. It ain't just delusion. It's bigger than delusion.
I think
Yeah,
so
and
too.
I
I get
agree.
Janice taking her kids around them, I guess because that's her mom and she really doesn't have anybody else. But if I were Jaden, I wouldn't allow her around my kids.
Mm-mm. Totally.
I agree.
Especially after she kept on quizzing Javon about his dad and like trying to tell this 2 year old about her daddy and stuff being in jail. I thought that was the most inappropriate conversation to have with those kids while online. Like if you were gonna have that type of conversation with them, then you should have did that privately. But like sometimes I just don't understand why every time when she get those kids it has to always be lights camera action when she had them. Like why you just can't be a regular grandmama and just do stuff with your grandkids without plastering them all over the internet. And then Javon's at the age where he's a school age child, and I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure that his little friends probably catch their parents or whatever watching it, or maybe hear their parents or whatever talking about it or whatever. You setting him up to be bullied.
Luckily,
Exactly.
Javon is in a white area, so they probably don't talk about it.
Right.
But he's still old enough
Where
and
he can pull it
aware
up.
what's going on, where he definitely knows how to pull it up because he had my son set his computer and everything up. So he definitely knows how to use a computer. He definitely knows how to use the internet and gaming and all of that because he was upset that he didn't know how to set up the Wi-Fi. So my son had to do that for them. But he's aware, and I'm sure he's probably not sharing all of his feelings because kids sometimes just are that way and then they don't want to upset their parents and worry them about what they're dealing with. But I think it's inappropriate for it to be discussed with any of the kids. Like I didn't know Carter's dad was in jail. That's I found out by her interviewing them. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
me
And,
too.
this is messed
and
up.
and she's always screaming how she's so old school and oh, I'm from the old school. This how we I grew up um from the old school. And when things like that happened in my family, they said, "Oh, they was off at college."
or in the army. No black
Right.
family has
Yeah.
never sat and told any children that their
Hmm.
father or mother was incarcerated. It is a known
Yeah.
thing in black people's family that when your father or mom is incarcerated, that they are going to tell you, and it may not be right. But in the back in the days, that was a way of our family members and
Protecting
ancestors
us.
thinking that they were protecting us by
Hmm.
telling
Hmm.
us that the fathers or mothers was in the army or in the college. So that's what I'm saying. When you guys see this behavior spewing from this lady, it's like a dead giveaway to somebody who is not meant to, who is not a 1013 to know, okay, this lady is just straight up crazy. Cause ain't no way you sitting here telling a child. And the thing about Javon was sad. This is how people create um this is how people get kids to be broken, right? This is how you
Hmm.
have these what is the word I'm looking for? Triggers. This is how triggers become real. This is how kids become broken kids. You could see it all in his face when Sis played his video that, like Octavia said, there's a lot of things that's happening in his mind that he is thinking and feeling. And as a mother, I blame the mothers because my thing is they know firsthand how she is. So for you to put your
Hmm.
Yes.
kids with a woman like this, and even her daughter, right? If you are calling yourself going out here to make money, get you a babysitter, ma'am. Interview
Hmm.
a few people, find out who you trust, and say to yourself, okay, I didn't spend the week with this person. I trust them. I brought my kids around them. Interview, pay for what you want. Because what you're doing, if you're not going to pay for a sitter, you're going to pay for something later on down the
You
line.
sure
And
is.
that's the part
Amen.
that her
But the
daughter
problem is,
does not
Amen.
understand.
Hey,
Her daughter is going to pay a larger amount down the line on her two sons because in her head, she thought, oh, well, that's just my mom. Look at yourself. And would you want to put that on your sons? You're not
right.
even thinking.
Hmm.
You're not
exactly.
even thinking. You're going to pay one way or another, whether it's in counseling or babysitter. Which one do you prefer as a mother to your sons that you went and told your mother how she did your brothers and how they're a menace to society? So what are you trying to do? Let her make your two kids a menace to society? Make it
Yeah,
make
Amen.
right.
sense.
You
Make it
trying to
make
trade
sense.
places, right?
Preach
You
it.
preaching now. You are
Another thing that I
definitely
don't like
preaching.
that she be doing is when she be like sitting in the car on those lives cursing and talking all roguish and stuff. And I'm like, ma'am, you got kids, young kids in the back of your car listening to this. And like we be saying stuff and she just be like, oh, they used to me. I'm like, it's not a point that they used to you saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to protect those their innocent ears and stuff. They don't need to be hearing you talking like that. They don't need to be seeing you
Doing
twerking and stuff like that. You have to act
it.
like a grandmama.
And then Angel, she be talking about their parents at that too.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yes.
I said she must go to that cursing church, the cursing pastor. God rest his soul. But I said Carlissa must attend that church or something because I've never seen a saint like her.
So,
Mhm.
so Octavia, what church does your sister
Oh
head?
yeah, tell us about Faith. That's what we really need to know. She's not a pastor, or she is a pastor.
So let me not try and get somebody in trouble.
Okay.
But they were in her, they came to me and said she had a church. And I said, that's not a church, it's a goddamn on cult. The person didn't listen to me and they joined. And it was on Facebook or like some type of Discord or group chat or whatever. And they had a rule where they couldn't talk to other members outside of the group chat, or I guess the congregation, they weren't
Mhm.
allowed to talk outside out of her presence.
Oh.
What?
And
Yeah.
somebody broke the rules. Some people broke the rules and was talking outside of her presence. Like, I guess getting to know, talking to your neighbor, I guess. And somehow she
Somebody
found
snitch.
out, and it was a whole blow up. And the person called me and said, "Now you told me not to go over there messing with that girl in her so-called church. Now my husband mad at me, cussing me out and telling me this a cult. You told me it's a cult. I don't know why I didn't listen."
Sounds like a
Mm,
goal.
mm,
Hmm.
mm, mm.
Well,
So
that's
now it
Cassie,
makes sense
another
why
person you
she's
don't know.
Oh
connected.
my
Now it
goodness.
makes
This
Let
is
her
sense.
so
finish.
much.
Why she got
Now it makes sense why she's connected to Carlissa. Okay, so understood. I got it.
is
And
that
what
why
And
she
I
why
got
she
don't
what
allowed
they
her
got
to
kicked
act
out the
like
church?
that on her?
I
What they
don't
say that
know her to, like, my mom had a picture of her and it said maybe like some type of Bible school. But I know in the past that Cassie has taken pictures in caps and gowns and didn't complete the requirements to graduate. Like, she'll tell you she has an AA. I know that she doesn't have an AA because she couldn't pass any of the math classes to
mm,
complete the AA. So I do not trust that she finished theology school. I don't think so. But I also know that Cassie, I've heard Cassie and I've watched Cassie repeat sermons the way my dad does. My dad has read the Bible back and forth more than a dozen times. My dad can tell you the scripture, the address, whatever it is. My dad knows Bible. And Cassie was studying under my dad. And my dad cut Cassie off because he said Cassie is a liar. She mimics or parrots what he's saying. She doesn't want to sit down and read the Bible from cover to cover. And she just likes the attention that people get from knowing the word.
Mm.
Say the Ahab there, baby.
Wow, so she got a little bit of disassociation and delusion going on too. Got it.
Yeah.
Noted.
Whoa.
I knew it
Child.
was
Is
something,
that why
but
they
that
got is that why they got kicked out the church? Why they got kicked out the church?
That's a
Yeah,
good
Oh
what
yeah,
question.
why they
why
got
did they
kicked out
kick
the
out?
church?
I don't know because I don't talk to them. They're just not my cup of tea. And so I just do not deal with them. I try not to deal with people this on foolishness. We can agree to disagree, but for you to just be foolish, for you to be a liar, a manipulator, a thief, take no accountability, you can't apologize for your wrongdoings. I just don't have to talk to you.
Gotcha.
mm. Now y'all know why them people got kicked out the church. They walked up
exactly.
in there. They walked up in there, and their spirit did not sit well in that church. That's why they got kicked out.
And off the altar
Wow.
at that. They ain't got had nobody
I don't
got
know
no
if they
camera
were
in that baby.
recording at the time. I was like, maybe it's gonna appear on her little show, but my understanding is that they went to the altar after altar call. Why would you go to the altar after altar call? I would never know.
Uh,
Right.
trying to throw their authority, think they had some type of authority in them people church or something, and just being
Mm.
Th-
And who is
that's what it
Cassie
sounds
again?
like. She
Dang.
was.
Okay.
My mother named her Cassie. She wants to be so engulfed in the Lord that she changed her name to Faith.
Oh, Cassie is
Mm.
Faith. Oh my God. I cannot.
Yeah, they're the same people.
I knew it. That's why I
Child.
blessed her butt out in her DM and then blocked her. I knew she wasn't of God, and that's why I told her just what I told her, baby. I don't know what Bible you reading to have your sister up here on your live and the things that she has done, and you say you a woman of who? No, ma'am. I said you are, baby. I told her off in that DM, Mrs. Faith. I told her off. I said you got the wrong Bible. There's no way. But you know people of God when you see them, and I just knew for her to be connected to
You can feel it.
Carlissa and you not trying to show her the way, I knew something wasn't right about that. I knew it.
But I also found out that Karlissa is not using her page right now. Not to say that she wasn't using it before, but the Faith Godal page did not have an underscore at the end of her name. I spoke with Faith on her live one day, so I know what her page looks like. Now, if you had messaged Karlissa'S Demami page, go back and look in the Faith Godal page messages that she's using now, and I'm for certain they will match the messages that you sent to the Karlissa Demami page, because I'm very confident that she changed that page's name and is using Faith's picture.
Oh
Look
wow.
for yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Send me that because I need to see it because I never got to see it.
I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video too that we were talking about because I don't know if everybody's seen it, but just a kind of a reminder of what she did to the kids, Karlissa, that really like shows her intentions aren't pure and that she's basically extorting these kids. And when John comes home and he sees this stuff, he's gonna be even more upset with Stewie, if you ask me.
For real though.
Say to your dad, I'm gonna send him this video. What do you want to say?
I love you.
That's nice. Anything else?
No.
You want to say anything else?
Stay strong. I love you. Okay, coffee me.
All right, you know what? I love you guys, and I'm glad you guys stick together and help each other get through this hard time because cousins are forever. You guys are going to be besties forever. Through high school, through college, when you grow up and get married, you guys are going to be besties forever, okay? So you just remember this time. So when the good times come, you remember and you stay out of trouble. You don't mess with them police and you don't do nothing to break the law. Because you feel how bad this hurts when you don't get to see your loved ones, right?
Oh,
all
this is
right. Love you guys. Thanks for the interview.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay, what would
Do
you
you see that little boy's face, Javon?
Oh my
Who
God.
she
He
talking
looks
about?
so,
They
He,
said,
so
he's sitting
sad.
there looking
That's
like
thanks
this
for
is
the
terrible.
my last
interview.
motherfucking time coming over here messing with this man. I'm telling you, that's exactly what he think.
That's
I'm not gonna
That's
cuss
how
around
How
his
this
did that
face
man.
make you
look.
feel when you seen it,
he
Octavia? How
looks
did you
sad.
feel when you seen that?
I really don't feel any type of way because Jaden allows it. Like Carlissa would ask to pick my son up from school, and I had to tell her one time, "You need to leave my child with them white people. Do not ever pick my child up." This is me
Oh
telling
my
my
God, I
sister
know
that.
that's right.
Don't touch my child. Don't pick him up. You can't do. And so for Jaden to just you have to love your kids more than anything. You have to protect your kids more than anything. I can't care for my nieces and nephews more than their mother cares for them.
That's true.
I don't
I
wish
agree.
I put Jaden and Krishan and Katie all in the same box. They're all the mother of my nieces and nephews. I don't want nothing bad to happen to them because if it happens to them, then it happens to their children, then it's happening to me. But Jaden has to grow up and say, there's some things that I can't allow to happen to my children. And if she's allowing it, I can't step in and do anything about it.
That's real
Yeah, you're
shit.
right.
Yeah.
Because you
So
have
do
other
you guys
options. That's my
remember?
whole thing for her.
Do
I feel like she has her sisters to her sister to watch the kids. She got her friend, Quincy. She usually watches the kid. Then me personally, right? I'm a regular normal person. If I am going out of town or something like that, I know who's the best person to watch my kids, and I know how to get them to me. I will send a train, a flight, a bus, whatever I got to do. I will go drive from Vegas to Cali to go pick up the right babysitter for my kids or whatever I got to do to arrange the right person here. Jaden, you have a little extra money, I'm sure, to send for your mom to come out here and watch her kids if you need a babysitter. You could even get a nanny for those times on and off, because you barely get in bookings, not to be funny, but it's the real. You barely get in bookings. So it's not like you need a babysitter every day. Like every other 2 or 3 weeks, you're getting a booking. So you can literally just get a babysitter for that. But she's so used to using Karlissa for that, and Karlissa's
Yeah.
so used to allowing her to use her for that, that's how they build the relationship. Because remember, when John and Jaden was doing these interviews talking shit about Karlissa, she was talking about their kids too. She was talking about Javon and Journey.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying F them. She was talking about Jaden like a dog, calling her all types of names, calling her drunk, unfit, evil. She don't want John around his baby, this, that, and the other. A lot of things she was saying. So to me, they're all opportunists. And Karlissa's like, okay, I know how I can get, Krishan Jesus. I'm gonna get the other kids. And she's using them for multiple purposes. Okay, I'll use them to distract from one kid being famous. Let's make all the grandkids famous. And then also
Mm-hmm.
I can use them on my show, and then I get the attention. So everything is like a I scratch your back, you scratch mine type of thing for Karlissa and Jaden. And I think that they're both in on it, because she went on her 6 Hot show and shaded Krishan, and Karlissa asked her, if I was to ever, have Krishan Jesus and your kids were here too, would I be able to would you be mad at me or whatever, basically? And Jaden was like, hell yeah, like you might never see my kids again, So for that right there, that let me know everything I needed to know. Karlissa's not on her grandkid side. You're on the side of whatever works best for you. So you agree with her in that moment, because she's the only person allowing you to extort her kids. So it ain't about, oh yeah, Jaden, I agree with you. It's about, okay, I'll just say whatever fits the narrative for you, so that you will let me continue to use your kids. Now, as soon as you get off the live yesterday, you making a post talking about, oh, you guys got me. None of the baddies, baby mamas is answering me. All that is an episode for her show. I'm telling you right now. Sunday, she'll be saying, okay, guys, I'm going to be popping up on Jaden and Callie to see if they'll let me see the kids, because they've been ignoring me all week. That's exactly what she's going to say. It's so obvious, right? That's the same thing Dre told us. So I don't know. Like, I just can't with her. She's getting on my
You,
nerves.
you
So
know
Then
I'm
you
what,
know
gonna
what,
say
Octavia,
this in
Jaden,
chocolate?
Jaden's
Jaden
defense.
is gonna.
Let Octavia speak, please.
You guys pick on Jaden, and you guys don't realize that Jaden literally has nobody. She has absolutely nobody.
I don't think we picking
Before,
on her though. I think she
but you,
throws
but
rocks
you,
and hides her hand.
no, she does. But you guys are not seeing Jaden for who she is. She's a person that has literally nobody. All she had was John. That's all she had. That's all she's known. And people make fun of her and say things about her. But when Jaden was pregnant, nobody showed up for her baby shower. It was me, my mom, my son, John, and John's dad, and her mom. When she went into labor, Carlissa was not there. I worked, so my mom took the morning shift. I took the evening shift. And we did that for 2 days. I got off work. I would drop my son off to my mom, and I would sit in the hospital with John and Jaden while she was in labor. She just so happened to go into labor at 2 a.m. She delivered him at 2 a.m., so I was there. When she had him, her mom was like, I'm not watching that baby. And I was like, Jaden, you do not have to sit in the house. And she wanted to finally go out as a new mom. And she asked her mom, and she was like, no, I told you I was never going to watch that baby. And John told him, I got an auntie that'll watch my baby anytime. And I was like, you already know, bring him over here. It's not a problem. And she came back like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and apologized. I was like, did I call you? Did I tell you to come pick your baby up? So what are you apologizing for? And that's how I started watching JJ. I had JJ. Her sister wouldn't watch him. Her mom wouldn't watch him. Her grandmother wouldn't watch him. So while people her age are going out and exploring, Jaden was pretty much stuck in the house, just her and her baby. And then John blew up, and that created even more of a divide. Her mother
She
has
chose to have
left
a
the
second
state.
baby.
So, what mother leaves a state knowing that their child needs help?
Sound like Jaden even changed her career.
Yeah, but that's what I was about to say, right? So she's choosing these things for her. That's why
Yeah.
I don't have sympathy for her. I
Me
understand that
neither.
it's hard to walk away to a certain extent, especially when money and fame is involved. But I am also too a young mother. I don't have a mother. My mother is deceased. I don't have a father. I've never even met him. And a nigga played with me when I was pregnant with my first child. I didn't have anything. I was 3 months pregnant, and I left him immediately. I didn't even get to see him. He didn't get to see me no more while I was pregnant. I didn't give a fuck about being pregnant for him or nothing, because you're not about to belittle me or treat me any kind of way or leave me feeling like a single mom, and you're really here. So at the end of the day, I don't think that it's that nobody sympathizes with her. I think that, or empathizes with her. I think that it's how she acts, right? If you
I
show
think
that side of
too.
you and stop trying to be somebody that you're
She
not,
shows no
then
But
humility
she doesn't have
it
a brain
whatsoever.
of her
literally,
own. And I'm
She
not
doesn't
being
show
shady
any
towards
humility.
her. I'm not being shady, but she doesn't have a brain of her own. She's been told by either Carlissa
Yes, he did.
or John how to act, how to
I
talk,
can,
how to walk. She
I agree
doesn't
with that.
have it
She's
upstairs.
groomed. She's groomed.
Right.
So
She has
that's
to
why
take
I always feel
responsibility
bad for
for
her.
herself, her own action. And it's okay to feel bad for her because I'm sure Hot Chocolate is not the only person that can tell a story. I had my first kid when I was young. I left my mother's house and I was out there on my own, and I had to do the best things I needed to do. My baby father was locked up, and I went out there. People came to me, met me because of my spirit, because of who I am, and they took me on as their own family and helped me and my kid. I went to college, I went to school, I did the things that I needed to do. And then I met my son's father. He had a horrible mother like Karlissa, but at the end of the day, I get it, Octavia. I hear what you're saying, but she's an adult. She
But
has to
we are
now
women too, right? So
learn.
I'm gonna pull back a little bit, right? Because based on what you know as a woman, right? When you think of it from just, if you eliminate everything else involved, the way that she's thrown a rock and hide her hand, if you eliminate those things, which is what I'm doing just in this moment, you can definitely empathize with her as a woman, because as a woman, you know how hard it is to walk away from a man, much less a man on, on a big platform. He has so many things to offer. There's so many things, and plus you're so comfortable and you're afraid at the same time. So it's understandable, right? But that's why I get at her the way that I do, because I'm not just saying anything to be saying anything. I'm speaking from experience, baby. I'm a little bit older than you. I'm not that much older than you. I'm talking about Jaden, for example. But it's like I'm 35 years old and I have 6 children, and I did it on my own, and I never looked for a pity party. I never sat around and said, oh my God, my kids don't have no aunties and uncles. I got 2 sisters that my kids never met, and they came out of my mom's cookie. And they've never met my kids. My kids never met them. One time, one of my sisters visited Las Vegas, and she was here for like a week, and she came over to my house and met my kids that one time and never seen them again. So I ain't crying about it. I know that some people will. And I too know sometimes I start thinking like, maybe I should get some type of therapy or talk to somebody about this, because the older that I get, I start to wonder, why am I so detached from wanting or caring about that, right? So I definitely can empathize to some certain level, right? But at this point, John has done so much to her. There's really no excuse. Like, it's the same shit with people trying to say, hold Katie accountable, right? It's the same thing with Jaden. Like, you got to hold yourself accountable too at some point. You can't just say, oh, I'm helpless, I know that her mom's a drunk. I do know that, allegedly. We've seen it with our own 2 eyes, her drinking and driving and leaving the party, drinking and driving, this, that, and that. With the kids, they're doing all kind of inappropriate things or whatever. Nobody really calls it out. If I call it out, everybody's calling me out. But that's the reason why I do those things, because I people might think that I'm ghetto because I can be ghetto, but I also don't raise my kids that way. I'm very much ghetto. I was born and raised in the projects, but I definitely know how to turn it on and off when it needs to be. So if I see you, doing something inappropriate where I can actually see it, not nothing we're guessing, you need to get it together. So Stewie, if you're listening, nobody's picking on you. You need to start taking accountability and stop picking, because you can't sit up here and talk about somebody's baby and then expect somebody to be like, oh my God, we should feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for her, but I think we would if she humanizes herself, because right now she's allowing herself to be controlled. For example, the whole diss song about Krishan and all of that. I would have never agreed to that. So if we know that we would never agree to something like that, this bitch got to be out of her mind, because she can't have a brain of her own for her to say, oh, no problem, I'll go in there and saying I'm snipped like a Barbie, hips, lips. And, like to say that, you got to be crazy. I would have literally had, even if I known that this dude would have put me on the floor, I would have been on the floor, because I would have said no. I would have been like, no, nigga, you sing it. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is not no Ike and Tina. Like, no.
Exactly.
So
that's the difference between a strong person. So let's take it back to the girl Jiggy. Jaden was just in Jaden's lane, but Jiggy was showing that she's an entrepreneur. She had a business. What did Jaden do? Jaden popped up with a business. He gets with Krishan. Krishan's rapping. Jaden raps. She's begging him to love her. I'll do anything for you to love me. If you like a girl with a business, well, okay, I can do a business. You like a girl that raps, well, I can rap too. She has no individuality, and I'm not excusing her talking about someone's child. I think that's their beef, and I think Jaden started it. And Jaden has to, I feel like she has to accept whatever Krishan dishes out because she started it. If Krishan wake up and feel like, you know what, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm pissed off because my tooth is gone and I want to go upside your head or I want to cuss you out, I feel like Jaden has to take it. I'm that type of person. I'm gonna jump on you every time I see you until I feel better
me
about
too.
myself. That's what Jaden has to accept because she started it. But at the same time, I feel for Jaden. I met Jaden at Grant High School. It was John's football game. And I told Karlissa that day, get rid of her. And Karlissa calls and says, Jaden says that she thinks that you don't like her. And I said, I don't. I was like, I don't like that girl. What happened to the other girl he was dating? And because I got the vibe from Jaden that she was plotting, and it's this, I'm not shading Jaden, but
She
that's
didn't
the
want to
vibe
work.
that I got from her. As a high school kid, I was like, oh, she think he about to go to the NFL. And
And
she
that's
going
what I
to
said. That's
get
what
rid
I
of her.
said.
Out of there, out of there. And Carlissa fanned it off. And so when she got pregnant, I was like, I'm not surprised. She thought John was going pro. She want to go with him. I get it. But I was telling Carlissa, there's something wrong with a girl upstairs. If she's 16 and she not popping it, like, I'm about to get my driver's license. I'm about to give me a little job so I can have some money for my hair, my nails, my clothes, my shoes. I said, 16-year-olds should be thinking ahead, like how they're just cute and they're just sugar, honey, and iced tea. And they about to go to college and they about to be on campus and they just about to be so fly. I said, she's not seeing past this. Something's wrong with her upstairs. You got to get her out of here. And she didn't. And so I know that Jaden does not have any individuality. She does not think for herself. She's not a person. She's a robot.
Wow, I've been
So
told that by
Octavia,
several
when
people
she
on the inside. I've been told that by a lot of people that actually know her and are close to her. So I do believe it. Karlissa also told us she couldn't count money. We seen her not be able to count money one time. So I mean, I
Well,
I hear
y'all, I'm
you.
confused.
I'm
I'm
not even
confused
being
because
funny, y'all, for real, because
Not
I
even
know it
being
sounds
funny,
but
and
funny.
look,
it was labeled like girl. It says it on the money. It's a band that tells you what it is.
no, y'all, for real though, because I'm confused because Carlissa came out here and said that she was the master
exactly.
manipulator and that she was the one that's pulling the strings with John, and that they like she was the one that was the real narcissist. And so ain't none of that true. She ain't
You did
manipulating
say
shit.
that.
You feel me? Like I'm confused on that note. She's not a manipulator, Octavia.
That is a form of manipulation, trying to get pregnant by somebody because you think that they're going to
Right.
be successful,
Yeah,
And
but it's
playing
That is
not.
slow.
It's not on a
manipulation.
mastermind level.
Right, but it's manipulation.
Yeah, she can
It's
manipulate with the whole playing slow shit, right?
Yep.
I'll do
Yep.
whatever you say if you don't do this, right? Like I know you're, using me. That it's exactly what it is we saw. She knew Blueface was using her to get back at Krishan as long as it was to hurt Krishan. That's manipulating. She manipulated the whole thing. That whole thing where her and Blueface and the marriage and all of that, it was never to be for real. It was on, she was all in on it. It was all lights, camera, action. Karlissa told us you gotta take some of the things she say at face value. These two been together for a long time, and they robbed the liquor store together, remember? So they'll do anything together, and Jaden been in on this all along. As long as she
I
gets
agree.
something out of it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, as long as she's
And yep.
getting something out of it, but that doesn't make her smart because it's not skillful. It's very
Right.
basic level.
You're playing yourself in the same time. She
Yes.
she she thinks she's winning, but she's really, you're digging yourself a deeper. You're trying to bear. She basically helped Blueface build this grave that he wanted to knock Krishan in, but the whole time he was building two. He was building two. She thought she was helping him build one, but all along they were both building.
Right.
They were building two for he was building two to lay them both in, and he just didn't know. Like so. I don't know, but this
No,
is good.
I get what you're saying. It's just all of Jaden's plans have backfired on her because she doesn't have the ability to think ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yo, she was
Well,
like her mama
I
she
law.
gets,
totally agree.
yeah, she
I
gets her
totally
plans from
agree.
Carlissa.
Yep.
That's why
Yep.
Like her
she
mama
gets her
law.
plans from Carlissa.
And there's times Krishan try to extend grace to her with her being the person she is and have said the things that she has said about her child. She has extended grace and said things like, okay, I'm not understanding why you still trying to beef over someone who's not no longer yours, who is now my husband. We should be working at a level to get our kids together. A person who feels strongly about what was done or said wouldn't say that. But Krishan has a heart and she has a mind to know, okay, I see what type of female she is. I'm going to give her a little bit of grace. And she still continues to be evil and parade around here and do little things. So that's why people don't give her grace, Octavia, because
Right.
they see Krishan trying to give her grace and she's still acting like she's the biggest, the baddest, the toughest, the roughest, when we clearly could see she's not. We know she don't have a mind of her own. It's evident.
Yeah, Krishan, I see that too. I think she be trying to like, hey, snap out of it kind of thing with her. Hey, girl, come on.
But
Yeah, Jaden, go, Jaden. Like,
but you have
oh,
to see John likes feisty girls, whether y'all like it or not. John likes feisty girls. And so that's the facade that Jaden, well, I'm gonna talk like this because that's what he likes. But she doesn't see how it's coming off again because she doesn't have the ability to think.
Mm-hmm. And she's been trying to, you can tell she's trying to get even more in herself and a little bit more feisty. It's like she's trying to mimic Krishan. Everything she does is like, let me mimic Krishan a little bit because that's what John likes. That's what we've already said. Like we see everything you said makes so much sense now. Like it just helps us make more sense. And I know it seems like she's getting picked on, but she's really not. It's her own self because, like you said, she's not really all up there, but she has enough common sense to know what she's doing at the same time. So it's like you can't sit up here and be like, oh, I'm slow, but I'm still, pick and play games and do what he said, even though I know this is manipulative and evil, when really you would be better, you would get more support being the single mom that you are, moving on, maybe getting a new man, new woman, whatever you're going to do, and focusing on the positive things, the positive side of things, getting the kids together, doing pictures with the kids or something. You're, instead of doing that, and Blue has, if she listens to him so much, why aren't you listening to him when he's trying to bring the kids together? Because he tried that multiple times. But why is she so evil? Why don't she ever, that was my question to you, why doesn't she ever call him out? Why is she never mad at him for all the things that she's blaming Krishan or whoever for? I know you can't really answer it directly for her, but it may, do you know anything that could possibly help us understand why she's not saying anything to him?
I think it's the same thing when it comes to Carlissa not directly blaming who should be blamed when it comes to blaming her kids for the way they act or for their behavior. You know, it's always Krishan's fault. It's never John's fault. It's always Katie's fault. It's never Andre's fault. It's easier to blame a person that doesn't directly have an effect on you, which John's not talking to her. So I think, why don't she just go ahead and go at John? Carlissa, I'm talking about, just go ahead and put the blame on John. But it's just easier to tiptoe around who you really directly have a problem with. And so Jaden should blame John, but it's hard to blame your provider. Like, you can't be honest with your parents, brutally honest with your parents, while
Because
you're
they'll
under their
get
roof.
you. Right. I get exactly what you're saying. Yep. So she can't,
It
if she
takes
calls
you.
him out, she knows she might get a real cutting off. Like, she knows how far
Oh
to
yeah.
go. But at this point, it seems as to me, because he's not talking to her, and maybe you can give us some type of insight on that, right? But it seems like because of the things she has been saying and doing since he's been locked up, that she's been cut off, and she knows it, and she's kind of gone rogue on taking his advice fully or listening to him.
I think before he went to jail, like, he was starting to catch on. I think he was doing an interview with Jason Lee, and he was like, "What do I think?" He was like, "I think," and he was saying that he used to like Jaden for Jaden, but he's really not sure who she is again, because she takes on whoever's personality she's around. And I think that's why you can't tell John what to do. And I think Jaden is trying to pull the strings, and he's not allowing it. Like, okay, I've called you multiple times. I'm not about to keep reaching out to you just to be rejected. Who does that? Okay, fuck it. I think that's his stance. I haven't really talked to him. I only talked to him at the opening over the phone. It was brief because I wanted to let him and Krishan have their time. But I think he's just fed up with Jaden's games, and what can he really do from there? He can't
Right.
pull up to her house and cuss her out.
Yeah.
You right about that.
And everything that you say, Octavia, it makes perfect sense, because I feel like a lot of us as Krishan supporters was basically just like, okay, well, no, what's her real deal with Krishan? Like, oh, she took her man, da 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 da. No, it was bigger than that, because not only did she take her man, but she took the meal ticket. Like, what? That was a 2-in-1. So the intentions, like you said, her intentions was, listen, he about to go pro. Oh, let me get pregnant. Da 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 da. X, Y, and Z. But it was like, oh, you feeling this girl, and you about to wife her. She messing up with what our plan was. So yeah, it was way deeper than what we thought. So thank you for that information.
But he still would have taken care of Jaden regardless. Even when they weren't together, he still made sure Jaden was good. But Jaden wants the picture perfect family versus copacetic and co-parenting and raising their children to the best of their ability. Jaden wants the whole kitten and caboodle.
Yeah, and I can see that. I can see that. That's what she wanted. Like, even if they weren't together, she wanted the world to always see them in the light of, that's her man, that she's with him, and they got children together. So I get it.
So Miss Octavia, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Since we're speaking on that, I seen a interview back in like 2017, 2018, when Blueface had first came out, and he was at the radio station, and they had asked him like how many women had he slept with, and he said like over 1,000 within a 6 month period. So before Krishan ever came around, that was his lifestyle. And he was obviously sleeping with all of these women from what he stated. Where was Jaden in all of this? Because I hadn't even heard of a Jaden until Krishan came around.
Yeah,
First of all, I don't think he slept with 1,000 women. I think John just be lying. I think he just be saying shit like his mama for
mm,
shock value. But he's never been faithful to Jaden. And I'm not being mean to Jaden, but John was, when he lies and says I was sleeping in my car, John was sleeping. My mom had a one, two, three, three-bedroom house. John was sleeping in one of the bedrooms that had its own interest, and he was only paying my mom $200. And he allowed Carlissa to intervene with the situation that him and my mom had together. He was paying $200. My mom cooked for him every day. My mom washed his clothes, and the $200 was like for like toiletries and laundry soap and things like that. And he had girls coming in and out, and my mom had to tell him like, "This is not the whorehouse, John. Like, you gonna have to get it together. Stop having girls coming in and out." And they would be leaving their stuff in the house, and I would take it. I got somebody's goddamn leather jacket, jewelry they would leave. I would take it. Like, girl, you ain't getting this back. You done left this at my mama's house. This mine now. So Jaden has been there, but he's never been 100% with Jaden.
So he was staying there and she was still living with Karlissa.
She's never lived with Carlissa. That's a lie.
Oh, that's a lie? Oh my
That's a
God.
lie.
I know you lying.
Ooh.
She's never,
Oh.
no. Y'all can say what y'all want about Sion.
What?
Sion has always been there for her kids. Sion, they had a three-bedroom. So Sion, Jaden had her own room and Jasmine had her own room. Sion worked. She took care of her kids. Jaden knows how to cook because of Sion. Sion can do her thing in the kitchen. And Sion has taken care of her kids as a single mother. Whether you think she did a good job or a terrible job or just a mediocre job, Sion has raised her kids to the best of her ability.
This
so it is.
co- mm.
Lord have mercy. Clock that T.
She just lying. So what about the last piece of chicken?
Did that even
Sis,
happen?
sis,
Is this a
please,
real thing or have we been living
sis,
in
Was
a
it even
chicken
chicken?
lie?
please,
What the
please.
popcorn?
It's
Oh my
chicken.
gosh.
Have we been living in a chicken lie?
That's a black joke that she trying to make. Please.
I don't know why she would. There was one point where Carlissa could not afford to feed her kids. But I would call the kids every day and say, "Dinner's ready, come eat." And they would come down the hill. They lived in Santa Clarita. We lived in Pacoima. They would come down the hill and eat every day. I don't know why she just didn't come get some food.
Child. So Jaden just been around here scrambling around. Like I just don't.
Mm, 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 mm.
I bet she was eating. I'm a hug.
She about to go live for 60 days and 60
Oh,
nights.
is
You
Cause
ain't
she?
I
never lied.
know,
Oh man, it's
I
about to
know
be
she
biblical.
in here.
I
And
want
guess
So
what?
And
what
she's
about
crying right now.
how did John end up homeless? Because I remember him calling her out about him being homeless and sleeping in a car. What was the real story on that? Because she's made it seem as if he ran away from her, and then somehow she ended up back from Ohio to his house when he got back on his feet. So none of that made no sense.
I think he was sleeping on someone's couch in the same building as me. And then after that, he ended up with my mom. I think because Carlissa put him on the Greyhound bus to go to college and left the same day. So when college wasn't working out for him, he came back and he really had nowhere to go, but it wasn't that he didn't have anywhere to go. I had my own place. My mom had her own place. His other aunt from his dad's side lived around the corner, and his dad lived in Orange County. He had somewhere to go. I think he just didn't want to hear nobody's mouth about him being back home when he should have been at college.
Oh, okay.
Or it could have been when he was bringing girls in and out of my mom's house, and my mom told him, you have to follow the rules or follow the exit.
Yeah, Sam. So why he couldn't? What was Carla said? Why he couldn't go back to her house?
She had moved to Ohio with Stedman.
Oh, okay,
Oh, the FBI agent?
Yeah, him.
okay.
Was her husband a janitor or not?
Stop that. We have so many stories. He's a
Well, they say
custodian.
they say really he's a correctional officer.
Yep, that's the last we got on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
As
changes
long
every
as
other
he's
day.
working.
Oh, he's not in
As
that
long
practice.
as he's working.
That's
Somebody
Yeah.
got to
real.
work over there.
You don't think
Had us
he did
thinking
nothing
this man was
good?
in the FBI.
Right.
Lord have mercy.
Stop saying that though.
CIA,
I was about to say CIA.
Right, like he was something. My husband, the CIA,
DEA.
the
All of them.
feds.
Mm-mm-mm. I don't. I'm speechless.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm a little like, ooh.
I'm so thrilled right now, for real. Cause
Yeah.
I just come out. So what? She ain't
So
never
how long
say
have
I
nothing.
y'all
am
not been
so
talking?
gone
Octavia.
right now. I'm going. She got me
How long you
flabbergasted.
and
I'm
Carlissa
going.
been not cool or close?
It's been some years. Pretty much 17 years. Like I really
Ooh.
cut her off when I never liked her before. Really stopped talking around like 2003. And my mom would be like, "Oh, it doesn't sit right with me that you guys don't get along." And then the situation with Andre happened, and I'm always the one. I'm the baby girl, but I'm the one that they always call for advice and how do you do this? How do you do that? So I started going to her store so that she had her own store that her husband Tony had got her. And she worked the store, but she couldn't be at his trial. So I started working. I stepped in. I was like, okay, I'll work your store while you go and sit at the trial with him. And then when the trial's over, whatever time the trial is over, each day you need to come and take over so I can go live my life. And then the trial was still going on even after I had my baby. So I was still going up there sometimes with my newborn baby to help her. Like I would have to get a ride because I still had my staples in to help her with her store so she could be there for her son. Then after that, we stopped talking after she was like, "Oh, I hope your son goes to jail so you know how I feel." I stopped talking to her for a while after that. And then I would come over and sometimes she would be in my bed and that would piss me off, but I just wouldn't say anything. And then she didn't have any food when she moved to her new house when she got a divorce from her husband. And I wasn't talking to her. I was feeding my nieces and nephew, my niece and my nephew, Janice and John. I was feeding them because I'm not going to let my niece and nephew go hungry.
Right.
Right.
But I wasn't talking to her. Even when I would drive to Bakersfield, Janice still lived with her dad. I wouldn't talk to Carlissa, but I would still go pick my
This lady
niece up.
popped up on my.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I would still go pick my niece up every other weekend. No, first, third, and fifth weekend of the month. So she could just still be here around family and get to spend time with her brother and just spend time with family. But I wasn't talking to Carlissa. I would just go pick my niece up.
That's a long time.
Why did your niece go stay with her dad? Was that by choice or did he see that? She needed to be in a better environment, so he took her. How did she end up going to her dad?
No, he's not. I said that on the Tasha K thing. She dropped Janice off. She wanted to go to, I think it was either Memorial Day weekend or 4th of July weekend, but Carlissa wanted to go to Vegas. And nobody would watch Andre and Janice at this time because they were just bad. They were mannish, they were unruly kids. Everybody would take John because nobody had a problem with him. And John's dad had John in check, so he was a normal kid. So she just dropped Janice off at her dad, and then her dad started calling around when school got ready to start. Like, school's about to start. I've been trying to call Carlissa. She's not answering. Can I just like drop her off to you and then you just drop her off to her mom? And we were like, no, like you need to handle that on her own, on your own. Y'all two figure that out. And she wouldn't go pick Janice up. She wouldn't communicate with Janice's dad, and the dad just had to enroll her in school.
Hey, she just abandoned her child.
Okay. All right. Sounds about right.
Hey, Karlissa.
Mhm.
Yeah, so when she
So
tells people
spiritually,
that he
that's mine.
kidnapped her, he really did try to return her after summer vacation. He was really trying.
Wow.
Do
But
you
see,
know
he,
anything about the story that Dre was talking about being left at that party and how she disappeared and left him at this party with people that weren't his family?
I tried to figure out what he was talking about, and I was like, what uncle do he have? He don't have no uncles. And then I was like, oh, I do remember he was with Uncle Robbie, but I was like, I never knew how he got there. I just knew he was with Uncle Robbie for a minute, and I was just like, oh, okay. He with his uncle. He used to be with them a lot. My aunt and uncle used to watch him majority of the time when Carlissa was going out when she first moved here. It didn't click to me how he got there, and I didn't bother to ask. But when I heard that story, I was like, oh, that's how he got over there for a couple weeks. Oh, okay.
so she could be dropping her kids off and got the hell on.
Look, I'm
But she
trying to
got the
tell you,
but she
that's the
got the
only thing she
nerve
did
to
right
talk
by
about
them.
somebody's. That's why they be dropping them kids off to her and coming back when they want, because you reap what you sow. However, she got the nerve to be talking about Krishan's parenting, knowing the type of parent she. This is why I'm telling y'all, she be talking about her own self out loud.
Hmm.
Was that you who said
All
she
the
be looking in the mirror talking to herself?
Right.
But
Seriously,
here,
it seems like all those lies that she was telling about your mom, Octavia, is like her real life story. It's like stuff that she was actually doing.
My mom has been there the majority of the time. Now, my mom was not the type of mom that was like, no, you can't go with your dad. I mean, I remember after my ninth birthday, my dad was moving back to California. I was like, I'm going with my daddy. And my mom was like, you really gonna leave me? I was like, yeah, I'm going with my dad, girl. And I went and lived with my dad for a year and then came back. But that's the type of mom, my mom's like, I don't think it's right for me to take my kids and hold them hostage and not allow them to have a relationship with their dad. If they want to go with their dad, they can go.
Somebody wanted to know, can you ask Octavia, did Karlissa use 9-year-old Jonathan's money that he had in his Kogan account for Dre's trial? She did say something about some money she had for him, and he was modeling or something. I don't know, something like that.
If there
And she
wasn't
used all
enough
that money.
On
money.
the commercials he was doing.
He it was either a Foster Farm or a Tyson chicken commercial, and he had like two lines. I'm a bee, bees go buzz, or something like that. So no, he did not. No, she did not, because she said she bought this Escalade that she had that on the freeway would just go up and down because it had no shocks in the back. She said she bought the Explorer. It was an Explorer. She said she bought the Explorer with his money. Then it was she bought the Mercedes with the money. Like, girl, you did a whole lot with like $1,000. It That did not happen. Her dad paid for that attorney plus her husband that she was dating plus whatever money she was getting from the store. And she used to date this football player named Raheem Brock. He used to send her a lot of money. And then she dated someone else. She was having an affair with this person, but I'm not going to say that person's name because that person actually became a family friend and he's really cool. He had his own successful business in LA and he gave her money for that trial as well. So she scraped money up from men that she knew that had money and they just gave it to her to put towards his attorney.
So she out here hoeing.
Wow.
You said
Okay.
that.
Called
All
all her
right
names.
then.
Ooh.
Now,
Watch it.
Carlissa.
No, these were just really nice guys that at one point she did date, but they just felt bad for her and they had the money. And I don't the attorney was Mr. McKinney. I don't think that man cost more than $10,000 to be honest. Like, have you ever been to court and you've seen one of those attorneys and they're like their suit is oversized, like looking like the little rascals going into the bank and their briefcase is falling apart and all their papers are falling out their briefcase and they're shuffling through papers, don't know what they're talking about, talking to you
Hmm.
about somebody else's case. Mr. McKinney was one of those attorneys,
Okay.
Oh
which
Lord.
I would not have hired because he was Mr. McKinney represented my cousin Bob, who ended up going to jail for like murder or manslaughter. So I wouldn't have hired him. That's just me. If you couldn't get my cousin off, I don't want to do no business with you.
I got him too. T-Move.
They both ended up going to jail. So I don't think he's a good attorney, but I don't think that she knew another attorney or could afford another attorney.
Y'all make sure y'all drop Octavia's link to her Instagram in the chat. Make sure you guys follow her. This is my girl. She is giving up all the tea. So she definitely deserves her flowers because we are getting the tea.
Hey.
But continue.
Y'all, I don't be posting on there. Y'all think y'all gonna get some tea? I do not be posting
Nah, you're not gonna
about
get
these
no tea on
people.
there, but just to support you because you always here. You always supported me, so I just want everybody to support you. And you're gonna be dropping your stuff with your business soon, so I want them to see that too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I don't know why she says she spent that money. And then a Coogan account, you can't touch it. It only the child can end up touching their Coogan account. So I don't know why she said that.
So she just
She
got up
is
on the
lying.
internet because she think it's a bunch of strangers that would never know and just came out here telling all these bold-faced lies. And that's why she mad at Krishan, because she know at her age she wasn't doing half of the stuff and she's just jealous and she need to go somewhere and sit down and leave that girl and the baby alone.
Yeah, it's getting to be a bit much. Like it's draining. The things that she comes online and does is just truly draining. And we thought, okay, it's bad to see what she's doing with the Krishans, but it's a little bit enlightening to know that this is just flat who she is, and that everybody gets the same treatment. Like nobody has a different experience with her. This is how she is with everybody. So it clearly does show Blue is right, and she is the problem.
She
She
definitely.
is. She is. I think maybe her and her friend Shia, I think that is the only friend that she has not gotten into a physical altercation with. But she said some messed up stuff to Shia. Two of Shia's kids passed away, and she like told Shia like that's what you get, or
Oh,
something to that
yeah.
effect.
Whoa.
Lord. Mm-mm.
Whoa.
Excuse me, say what?
She told her like that's what you get. So Shia's daughter Jojo, God rest her soul, that is her biological daughter. But Shia has a son that is not biologically hers, but she raised him since he was like 2. So that's her son. And they put Shia in the obituary as his mother. And Carlissa was like, "You're not his mother. You shouldn't be in there." the person that birthed him, and it was something to the effect of like, that's what you get, like that's why your kids are dead. She 100% said that to Shia.
Wow, that's so low down. That woman, that ooh, she evil. Lord, she evil.
I learned to see that a lot of the things Carlissa says is like a self projection by watching her and listening to a lot of the things she say to ultimately find out it's like literally the exact same thing that she has done or is doing. And I noticed that she has a lot to say about Krishan having like abortions. Oh, that's why you're rotten and you killed all those babies. Like, and I'm somebody who I stand in different directions when it comes to that, but I'm sure she's had friends or she might have had incidents herself. Is this something that you've known for her to be that way the whole time also? Like this big anti-abortion and your womb is tainted kind of person?
Carissa told y'all herself she had an abortion before. She was gonna abort Jonathan. So like, what is she talking about? If Krishan want to have, or anybody feel that it is in their best interest to have 20 abortions, then that's in their best interest. It has nothing to do with Carlissa.
Between them and God, baby. That's between them. They ain't got nothing to do with nobody else.
That's between you and God.
But I noticed she weaponizes that against Krishan a lot. Like she's just constantly attacking her when it comes to that. All those abortions you had, and I mean, like I know that there has to be some friends she had, or even her herself, and to hear her constantly try to condemn her for that. And I notice she doesn't say to Blue, why did you force her? And I mean, no man can physically force you, but you're not going to keep a baby when you have the man in your face saying, I want you to get rid of it. I don't want you to, you know. And I just noticed like she kind of torments her with that every time she gets a chance.
She trying to control her.
I don't
My
think I've never talked to Krishan about this, but I'm thinking that this doesn't bother her. I think Krishan has like, okay, this woman is willing to say and do anything to garner attention.
Well, my thing isn't so much about how Krishan feels about it because we can kind of see that she kind of takes what Carlissa says for the most of the time with a grain of salt. I'm just, like I said, I noticed Carlissa does a lot of projection, and I'm just wondering if that's something that she's also kind of projecting.
It could be because I don't know why I said I was like, oh, I'll help you take care of him. I'm like 14. I have no job. But I was like, oh, I'll help take care of him. I didn't even know it was a boy. She was gonna get an abortion. I was like, oh, I'll help take care of him. So she was going to abort Jonathan. So, and she had an abortion like, maybe I'm a kid, so I don't, months are blurry when you're a kid. Maybe 6 months prior to getting pregnant with Jonathan, she had an abortion. So I don't see what the issue is.
I just think it's something that she feels that would get people's attention that are against abortions. And that's just something else to have a whole nother sector of people to come down on Krishan about. That's what I feel in a nutshell because plenty of people had abortions. She just wants something else like drinking, abortion. She just want to keep gathering up people to spew more hate on her. And there's a lot of people out there that are against abortions and would jump on the bandwagon to be like, you're a murderer, you're this, you're that. So to me, that's what it is to bring those people out the woodworks, to have a whole nother sector now, be a whole nother hate train of something outside of the other stuff that they're already trying to hate on her while she says that.
Yep, gaslighting, more
I
hate.
agree.
Gaslighting, more hate.
Yep. So just using projection to gaslight for more hate. Yeah, pretty much. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. Nothing more, nothing less. And she's pretty much ran out of stuff to talk about. You see, at this point, she's recycling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Much, yeah.
And it seems like that's why I said if like yesterday when she was live or whatever, I was nowhere to be found. Like, lady, why are you asking about me or bringing me up? Because she was bored. She wanted some type of action. She wanted something to a reason to go left or to say this or to say that. And she know it would have been easy to blame me because there was a lot of respect yesterday when what she was doing. So she was basically trying to get someone up there or something, change the narrative basically to just go left field, but it didn't work. And it's like, she piggybacks off us now. So I do understand what people say when they say like stop posting her or whatever. That's why I've limited the things that we do say. But it's like I know you. That's why I went live tonight, because I know her. I've learned her. I'm a people reader. God has blessed me with so many talents. I don't know why. I don't feel like no type of way about other things, but then I do sometimes, because it's like I missed out on a lot of things, but God has also provided me with a lot of things that a lot of other people don't have, because a person that with 6 kids and no help would be a lost cause. You know, I've never been a lost cause. I've never been helpless. I've never been in a position where I just couldn't do something or figure it out. I've started over. I've reached the top of the top. I've had the biggest of the biggest, but at the same time, it's like I just know that there are certain things that I can see and hear that other people can't. And Karlissa just screams to me that everything she's doing is on purpose. Like, it just gives on purpose. Like, nothing seems like a mistake. Like I know she's acting because everything is like manipulative. But to me, it just
Really
seems so like,
calculated.
calculated for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. You're right on. That's all it is. And she's just looking for attention. You know, kids, she's never grown out of that kid phase where kids don't care if it's good attention or bad attention as long as they're getting attention.
She was speaking about the live that we had with Krishan on it and the live that she was yesterday, because she kept saying, isn't it another one of y'all, the chocolate girl? Somebody put the narrative out, and then somebody asked her a question, and instead of her answering the question, she said, because Krishana go off on you. I seen her up on y'all live when the lady came up there, and the lady kept saying, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. So they were confused. They was like, wait, what are you talking about? I seen her. I seen her on y'all
Mhm.
live. And the lady was begging her, and she was ready to go off on a lady. So I'm laughing because I'm like, she's talking about the live that we had with Krishan on the panel, and it wasn't that. But again, somebody asked her something totally opposite. She just kept spitting out things, and people were confused, like, wait, what are you talking about? Who? And she was like, yeah, I know it was you, Treese. And then she was like, wait, me? Don't be lying on
That's
me.
because she's
But
disorganized. Yep.
she was talking about a whole separate live. She knew what she was doing. She knew it wasn't her, but she was doing that purposely. Like Sis said, she says things purposely because she was trying to see if Sis was somewhere out there. So you know how sometimes you'll say something about certain content creators and they'll be like, let me jump up. So she kept spewing things out, thinking that that was going to be the moment. But
Mm-mm.
what I liked about Carletta was on her. Carletta said, listen, stop lying. Your ass is sitting here lying. I don't hear it. Carletta
She
was
was
on
on
her
that
like a
ass.
cheap suit. She was on her like a cheap suit. She was on her so bad. She kept saying, uh, this is not your platform. Do you want me to get it? I could
Yep.
get out. I could get it because she couldn't take the
She was
heat
like,
of
answer the
Carletta.
question. You still
And then
didn't answer the question.
and if she said one thing about Krishan Jesus, Carletta went ham on her ass. That doesn't use a stupid bit. She ripped her, and I was so
She
like
said you a
glad.
simple bitch. Yeah. She
She
went
said,
off.
you need the helmet. You need the helmet. She was like, I probably do need a helmet. She said, yeah, you do need a helmet because she kicked you in your fucking face. She just was ripping her. And I felt good about that because that's the attention she needs. She does not need anybody to be playing around with her. She had the nerve to say, Krishan doesn't need you guys to baby her. And that's what you guys be doing, babying her. So everybody's like, we don't be babying. Yes, y'all do. No, you mad that people don't baby you. And you need somebody to be on your ass 24/9 because that's what stops you from doing all that mouth. When Carletta was on her ass, she was ready to get off. She was ready to jump down. She wasn't popping it like she normally be popping it. So I see
Mm-hmm.
she needs somebody to. That's why I said I don't know why she was looking for sis, because she don't want that kind of smoke. Carlissa would
No,
Yeah, I
never
want
she
some
try that.
definitely
smoke.
doesn't.
She
But
will
you know
never
what?
try to come up on this platform ever.
You know what, Hot Tea? I'm gonna be honest. Girl, she calls your name out so much. I mean, it's like every other live. She's always looking for you. But I think she is terrified to ever hop on one of these lives and really speak to you. Carlissa is terrified of that.
You want to know the
Um,
craziest thing? We used to talk all the time because I told Karlissa who I am, just like I told Octavia. It's like I'm almost not related, but like I know I'm very close knitted, right? So it's like if I'm that close knitted and I'm telling you and we're having conversations, why would you like think that I'm just a like I was never a content creator. I'm just a regular bitch that's learning content creating. There's a difference between me
There you
and
go.
most content creators because I was never a content creator. I'm just a regular bitch from the valley that learned how to content create because I'm an all-around person. I could do anything. So when we were talking, I had expressed a lot of things to her. We had a really cool understanding in the beginning. She used to come and tell me stuff. This was like right when I first started. For maybe a year, we talked on and off. And I used to be on her lives and everything. But what really ticked her off with me was when it it would I don't know what happened. I called her out for supporting the hate pages, and she went back and told a hate page what I said and posted the messages between us. And once a person do that to me, it's a character flaw for me. Like you cannot record my phone call if we're cool. You cannot be screenshotting my messages if we're cool and then waiting to use it when you're mad at me because that I don't rock with nobody like that. If you feel a certain type of way about something I said or did in that moment, tell me, speak on it, do whatever you're going to do, get mad, post it then I couldn't even be mad. But don't be okay like, okay, I'm going to listen and have this conversation with you, and then 2 weeks later when you mad, you going and exposing something we privately talked about. Now you done got this girl dragged across the concrete playing with me, thinking that this is a game when I'm not nobody to be playing with y'all online because I'm going to be, especially if you're touchable. That's one thing about it. Like if you're local and touchable, don't play with me because I promise you I'm a crash out. I'm not even going to sit here and lie and be like, oh no, I've changed. No, I'm still being worked on. So for that reason, I will take a lot before I snap. So no, don't be doing stuff like that. So that's why she got mad at me. Well, that's why I got mad at her, and that's why we've never been cool anymore because you got me and this girl into it, and I was never even saying anything to these people. Then they start coming and attacking me and talking about me and my kids, and that's just out. You're not about to be talking about my kids. Like that's not cool. And she hated that I called her out for that because you're supporting these people. They're talking about Krishan baby. They're talking about my baby because I support Krishan. My kids don't got nothing to do with this. The content has nothing to do with me. I don't care what I'm reporting. I'm a content creator now. So that doesn't mean come for me personally. My personal life has nothing to do with anything. And the moment you get to talking about me and my kids and all of that, don't expect me to be in Martin Luther King because I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
somebody asked, did Dre get out? I don't honestly don't think that he's getting out. I don't think the domestic violence charge is gonna go anywhere just because how laws are about domestic violence. Like you pretty much have to take it to the end to get held on domestic violence charges. But I think the gun charge is out of LA County. So I think LA County has to come pick him up, or they have to ask LA County if they want to pick
No,
him up on the
it's
gun
in
charge.
It's in Kern. I've got it pulled up on the screen right now. So he is still in custody. His bail has been raised. to a total of 100,000.
So
They
it's
So the
up
girl
dropped.
he stole the gun
50,000.
from lived all the way out in Kern. I thought she lived out in LA County.
She lived in Bakersfield. The girl who gun he stole. Well, pow pow that he
Allegedly.
allegedly stole, right? Um, then I guess he had something a charge with a kid or whatever. That looks like that's been dropped. As he went to court today, because I don't see that on there anymore. It was a one felony and one misdemeanor. Now it's 2 felonies, and they're all related to domestic violence. There's nothing else about child cruelty on there, so that's a good thing. Still bad things, but still good that that's not on there. And then there's the warrant that he's being held on. So he doesn't have any holds, because it doesn't look like he's on probation or anything. It says right here, NA on the bail restriction, release date NA, holding no, false. So the total to bail him out is 100,000. So that would be like 10,000, and Karlissa should have that, right? So why he ain't out, or
All
is
right,
he
so excuse me.
on the way
All the
out?
things that we are saying are alleged and speculation. We haven't formulated any opinions. We do not, any of us, agree or condone with bullying, harassment, or misinformation. These things on the screen are for commentary as well as critique. I'm sorry,
And
sis. Go ahead.
education
And
purposes
educal.
only.
Thank you.
Thanks, sis. But yeah, they added a new charge. So the
What was the new
charges that are
charge?
now there, huh?
What's the new charge?
So this was already there: assault on a person with force, great bodily injury. I think that's the one that was added. And then this one here, inflict corporal injury on a spouse cohabitant. So the assault on a person with force, great bodily injury was added.
Oh, they the law's typically lenient on DV, so for them to add that, it sounds like they're trying to stick it to them.
Well, she said she was going with the bag yesterday, so hopefully she is able to bail him out and he could fight it from the outside, because I don't know, nobody wants to sit in there after being in prison all that time. He already did a lot of time. So that's why I would try my best to stay away from anything that could cause me to be in any more trouble, because this is not going to look good with his record.
So maybe Katie showed up and showed them the so-called video, alleged video.
That's what I was going to
Oh,
say,
they did
because
say it was a video.
allegedly they said it was a video, and allegedly they were saying something about some hot oil or something or another. But it's sad, because when they were talking to Karlissa, as every
So
mother
she,
knows, it made
I'm
me.
not laughing, but I was wondering, like, did he try and set the place on fire? Because she asked, like, how do you get soot out of something? And I was like, who started the fire? But I didn't ask her. I was just like, okay. But
Yeah, they
Lord.
was
someone said
saying that.
oil was involved, so
Yeah, they did say that allegedly, that it was some hot oil or something or another.
he
But when
threw it on her.
that's what was alleged. Yeah, that what was
Yeah, we
alleged.
honestly don't know, because we just getting like secondhand information.
Yeah.
But basically, allegedly, there was oil involved, and she was awakened out of her sleep and brutalized as it was recorded, and she ran out and screamed into the wherever they live, and then that's how the police came, allegedly.
Yeah, the neighbor called allegedly.
And grease was involved, allegedly, but we don't know what happened with the grease.
Yeah, I don't know. She just posted on Facebook, how do you get soot out? Or what removes soot?
Who posted that?
Katie did.
Oh.
Did she burn up his clothes? That's another thing. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. Because I don't know.
That brought
Not
tears to my
not
eyes
soot.
yesterday. I just feel bad. As a
Let me
mom,
Google how to get it out.
nobody wants that for their kids. And the fact that Carlissa don't even have those instincts in her. And I don't even know these people, but when they were talking to her about it, the tears just filled in my eyes. I have a son. Like I don't understand what is going to make this lady snap out of whatever transition she is in to see the harm and the debt, the like what she's putting her
Right.
kids through. Like that's is sad. Like John is a whole nother story. Like people be saying stuff and I'll go to war for him, not because I'm siding with him, but because I have a son and I have a daughter. So I
Mhm.
don't just war about Krishan. When people try to say things about him, I war for him because I have a son and my son is total opposite. Great kid. Not that John is not a great kid, but sometimes I don't think people look outside the box and go to the root of the whole issue, and people just talk about face value, not understanding behind the surface of Jonathan. So when I heard about Andre, I just tears just came to my eyes because their mother has a big part in, why and how
I
these kids are. And it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
It is. And then I was thinking back that when Carlotta was up there with us on the panel, she sounded more mothering and more concerned and worried about Dre than Carlissa did when she was over there. She gave it what, 15 minutes, if even 15 seconds of her time before she did that fake crying and then went into Krishan, Krishan, Krishan. That's another part. That's
Yeah.
sad, man. She couldn't even go a day without talking about Krishan and to get the attention that she was getting while everybody was looking at her to about her son. That's crazy work.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
You're
even be
right,
know
on the
baby.
what
internet.
I don't know, someone, Nicole, I don't know about the situation with Andre about that. I didn't ask him. I did call him and I asked him if he was okay. And he probably got pissed off at me after because I was like, this is not helping with his paranoia. And he told me that he was scared. And I was like, you know what? If you're really scared, go to a mental ward. I was like, it's the safest place. And that probably pissed him off. But I was so serious.
Yeah, he did.
But it's true. You gave him the right advice because that is what is supposed to be done. People come involuntarily to the hospital all the time because they are feeling paranoid. They do know that they can create harm to themselves or to someone else because they know that they have a mental problem. So there's lots of patients that come to the hospital and sign themselves in. So you told him the best option, right? Because that would have avoided him from going to where he is right now. If he would have listened to you and took that advice and went to the hospital, then he wouldn't be where he's at now. So you honestly did the right thing.
We know that as sane people, but to him, I was like, oh, he probably saying, oh, she think I'm crazy too, and she telling me to go to a mental hospital. But I was really telling him, I'm like, a mental hospital is the safest place for you if you're trying to hide from somebody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
real.
think Carlissa is so set on doing all of her buffoonery that you sit here and not really have a heart towards your own kids. Like all of us on the internet seen Dre spiraling down and out of control. And then he went, he went missing. In my mind, I'm wondering like
He went missing when?
he went missing off of the internet.
He wasn't missing. We
Yeah.
knew where he was at. She just didn't know where he
Well,
was at.
no, yeah, I'm just saying like he wasn't
We
he
know y'all
wasn't
knew.
He was on
yeah,
the
you
internet. He
guys
was
knew,
just
but
using a fake page. He was there the whole time, leaving comments and everything
oh,
from a
okay.
fake page.
Well, he wasn't going live, and showing us that he was still spiraling, right? So you would, for me, I was thinking, okay, well, he may be good now. Um, I'm just wondering, like, Carlissa, you didn't put it in your mind, like, I really need to get my child some type of help. Like,
Just heal
let
yourself
me,
first.
yeah, that's true too. That's
To the
definitely
person
true.
asking, did he go mental after? No, I had a conversation with my nephew Jermaine, and I asked him. every fight that they always got into, like large fights, huge fights, it was always based on Andre. And so I asked Jermaine a couple weeks ago, I said, can you verify anything that he said? And he was like, no. And I'm starting to think now that because I'm aware that he's mentally ill, he may have seen something that wasn't there and it caused him to react. And now I'm just fighting because my cousin is fighting. He was like, I cannot verify any of his stories. He's like, I cannot confirm not one of them.
Oh wow.
So I started, now looking back, I'm like, I started seeing the signs when he was like 15, but I didn't know that that's when schizophrenia starts. I thought it started much later because it starts later for women, but
Yeah, it
around 15 is
varies.
when it starts for
Mm-hmm. For the
men.
boys, yeah.
And so looking back, I'm like, the signs were there. I just did not know that those were the signs.
Yeah, it varies because I had a friend with that, it came out in her son and he was in his 20s. He had smoked some weed and that was the end of that. It came out and it, got real bad. It was schizophrenia with psychosis. And that's when she started realizing, like, like how you're saying now, she could think back to earlier ages of his life where there was some things that was going on that was unrecognizable. But, as a parent, nobody never want to think that something's wrong with their kid, whether
Yeah.
it's mentally or, um, just other things. So, and that's what breaks my heart because, again, I work with mentally ill people and, it is another form of spirit that is on them, and when they
Right.
come down off of this, they are very apologetic and it's just something that they cannot control, right? It's once they get spiraled, you can't control them unless they are in the hospital. We restrain them and they're medicated. If they're not in the hospital and they're spiraling out, it's sad. Someone can seriously get hurt, and there's several young people and their parents come and put them there, or when they voluntarily put themselves there, they come and visit them, and I'm the one hugging these parents that's crying. That's why tears came to my eyes, because it's like, what is it going to take for Carlissa to wake up with her
Right.
children? I have 3 kids and I have 1 grandson. This is why I go so hard for Krishan, because I am a mother, I am a grandmother, and I don't understand why, whatever, whichever family, like this girl is just 24 years old, a single parent, just out here alone. Somebody has said in the comments earlier, Krishan doesn't have anybody either. Yes, she has a large family and all of that, but she's kind of out here by herself too, by herself with a baby. So this is why she has this strong village, because we see this is a kid and you got all these adults coming down on a kid with a kid. So it just breaks my heart because I am aware of mental illness. I am familiar. I take care of people with mental illness, and there's a lot of them that I connect with. And when I leave, I cry. I hate that part of my job. I cry because they didn't ask to be mentally ill. It's always something that transpires in the home or some type of trigger, whether it's a death, imprisonment, or something with the family that gets these people to this level.
Yeah.
And for her to kind of know this and to take him through that embarrassment on social media like she did, that sure didn't help. When they were going back and forth and she was talking about his wife, that's when it really got, you know what I'm saying? That's when we really saw him start the spiral, excuse me. So, like, it's definitely past time for her to take accountability.
I have to say, I got a son that's schizophrenic, and I be on his. He got my family be on his behind. If he getting out of hand, I have to just go have him. You going to jail or to this hospital? It's gonna be one or the other. And he's 23. So I completely understand this part, but you will never get me to take my hand because Dev will not get my son. You never get me to take my hand off my son. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna fight that both ways, spiritually and physically. If I got, we gonna have to battle you. We got to, if you had to be involuntarily, it don't happen all the time, but it have his moments, and he was triggered by, he was robbed, and so do I, because I got PTSD. But my son he was triggered by that, so he's having these moments. He's not dealing with it well, so it just kind of triggered him after that, and he has these moments. But to see somebody does not care, and the doctor tell him all the time, you lucky to have a family like this, because a lot of young adults that come to these, they don't care. You end up on the street, you end up, somewhere hurt, or get into some kind of trouble, and your family is making sure you good because he doesn't like the fact we're forcing him to go. I didn't really want to say nothing, but I just firsthand understand that. And he's my only son.
Mm.
3 other girls, so no, I don't understand it at all.
Well, ladies, it is getting late. I know a lot of us are having such a good time, and I appreciate you so much, Octavia, for coming up and giving us a lot of insight on things
For
that
real though.
we didn't know or knew or were questioning. I mean, this turned
Really
into an
appreciate
even
it.
better show.
Thanks, Octavia.
Thank you
You're
so
Thank
much.
you
welcome.
so much. And I
Girl,
thank all
yeah.
you ladies as well for coming up on the panel.
Yeah,
Anything you
she
want
gave
to
us so
say
much.
before we guys end it,
I
Octavia?
just I just want to thank you for giving us some clarity. Excuse me, please go ahead.
No, just you guys love y'all and be safe. Please be safe.
Big love always.
Thank
And you
you.
Very
too.
We love
much.
you
Thank you
too.
so
Be
much.
safe as
You be
well.
safe. Also be blessed. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
For
Yes,
real
thank you.
Anytime.
though.
And thank you guys in the chat for pulling up and being so
And
supportive. We'll definitely be back tomorrow to break some of this down because this was a very long live. So we'll definitely do like our own little review and kind of pick apart some parts and listen to them and kind of elaborate on them. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys again. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you turn your notification bell on all so you do not miss a video. Good night.
Good night,
Good
y'all.
Good
night.
night,
Thank you,
later,
Octavia.
y'all.
good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.